I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married three-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at AckermanEsvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at AckermanEsvold.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another PSP Network broadcast tonight. I'm Chuck Clairmont, and alongside Jon Gums tonight, we're in the Lynette Olson Gymnasium at Century High School. We're going to have a boys and girls high school wrestling duel. Bringing my partner, John. John, right now we got a little bit of bonus action as we have the JV matches. Kind of get some extra matches. Nice for coaches to get an opportunity to have some kids wrestle beforehand. And so we've seen some good girls matches, and now we got some boys matches. We're in the Shields, absolutely, we're in the Shields pregame.
It's blocking the scoreboard.
Oh, what the heck.
No, we should have a very good night tonight. I tell you what, Minot girls, our first duel against Century, they're an experienced team. I tell you what, they have a lot of matches under their belt already this year. And guess what? Century's got a job to do to get this done tonight. And then the boys duel later on tonight, I tell you what, that could be a barn burner too. Minot has some guys coming back who haven't wrestled yet this year, and it should be fun.
Yeah, as we take a look at these two teams, we're in the Shields pregame. Appreciate Shields and everything they do with all the sponsorships. And as I try to find my lead sheet, I got it right here. Pre-game sponsor. They offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions from fishing to fashion. Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. Shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. So as we kind of break down these two teams, last year Minot ranked, they placed 4th at state in that first year. The Century girls placed 14th. And you look at returning wrestlers, it's tough to look at it from the girls' perspective because it was such a new program just in the second year. So little if anybody actually lost from either one of these two teams.
Yeah, because it's a growing programs, both of them. They're very young. When a lot of these teams started filling out last year with a lot of 7th, 8th graders, some freshmen. So when you see one senior on the team, they still don't have that much experience. They're still building. All these coaches, when I talk to them, every other night, basically, they say that, guess what, it's a growing process. They want to get 1% better every day, but they see these girls growing at such a great rate. I mean, their enthusiasm, their work ethic is bar none the greatest in the state, they say.
Yeah, and you look at these two teams, Century girls wrestling, they had one match or one duel a little earlier this year against Mandan on December 1st, where they won 39-30, so a close overall match there. And Minot, they have not yet had a duel, so this will be their first duel. And coming into this situation for Minot, I was kind of walking in front of the girls, and I could feel some anxiety right now with those girls before they got a chance to wrestle tonight.
Yes, well, I tell you what, they were jumping up and down, but you hear them cheering for their JV matches. They had a couple going, and I tell you what, their excitement is so high, and they support each other so well. This Minot team, they do fill out all the weights real well. In fact, most of them, they should have had all of them, but I think they have a little sickness going around on both teams. And so you're going to find a few opens, which is a little disappointing. But, as the year goes out, these girls will spread out and they'll find their positions on the team.
Yeah, we take a look at some tournament play early this year as both teams wrestled in that Mandan Lions tournament. Minot High actually finished 5th in that tournament. And the Century Patriot girls finished 8th. So, you know, every match is such a big deal for girls, and I guess anybody for that perspective, not to be any differentiation between girls and boys, but ultimately now these girls come into it with, some girls have almost up to 10 and 11 and 12 matches this season. So you say it's early, but from a perspective of how many matches these girls have wrestled already, you're 20%, 25% into your season already.
Well, mat time is key. You know, just getting those minutes out in the mat, getting the feel, you know, having girls be aggressive. I think that's one of the keys the coaches start looking at, because once they start knowing their moves and using them, you know, it becomes a big difference, that aggressiveness versus standing back and seeing things happen, I guess.
You know, so let's talk a little bit about the coaches too, John.
Okay.
As I take a look at this, as Century, Baron Blanchard, it's a first year ultimately with this program, as last year Scott Nolan was kind of, he was the head coach for all of the Bismarck girls, and so Baron Blanchard comes in to take over the Century wrestling program, and give us a little bit of Baron's background, and you know,
sure.
I know you probably know him real well, and you know how excited he is to step on as a head coach.
Well, Baron, a big boy. I tell you what, he's about 6'9". He has like size 18 shoes, but you can't find him anymore. He was asking me.
So what's he? Is he a basketball player or is he a wrestler?
Yeah, he grew up in a small town, you know, in Ellendale, and wrestled down there, and then decided, just matured so much. He wasn't a major high school wrestler, but he went down to Northern State and really developed to become a All-American for Northern State. And then he also, you know, a big heavyweight. I think he just got in the Northern State Hall of Fame. So I think that was last year, right about this time.
Yeah, impressive. Then we take a look at the Minot girls head coach Mitch Meyer. Last year they finished second in the West Region tournament, 4th in state as we mentioned, and this year. And they did wrestle some dual matches last year, but ultimately nothing was sanctioned because they didn't have full weight classes. But Mitch Meyer, I know you know him as well.
Yeah, Mitch has been around the programs for a long time. Junior high coach, then he's also been an assistant many, many years in the Minot program. And just, you know, he was jumping at the bit to basically take over a program that wanted to grow. And so he's taken this girls program, and I tell you what, they love him. I mean, the numbers are high. I mean, their numbers in the room haven't been any, you know, smaller. It just gets growing every year. And so these last couple of years, I really see his girls just getting those fundamentals down. And next thing you know, you start seeing them developing the high-tech moves. He does have some very talented ladies this year. And so we'll see how much they get better as the year goes.
Yeah, we'll take our first break as we're in the Shields pregame. We'll take a timeout here, a Hub International Insurance timeout. Call Hub International Insurance today for all of your personal and business insurance needs. Hub International Insurance, located at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk more about each one of these two teams and get you set up for the Minot Magicians and the Century Patriots girls wrestling. You're listening to the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Oh! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
back at Century High School. Chuck Clairmont and Jon Gums tonight. Hey, John, elsewhere around Bismarck, you got some big duels coming up tonight, especially in the boys' side. You take a look at that number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state, with Jamestown taking on Bismarck, so that'll be a huge one over there on the boys' side for sure. On the girls' side, not quite sure how Bismarck High's up ranked like number 2 potentially in the girls, and I'm not sure, or maybe 3 where Minot falls, or where where Jamestown falls in the girls' side.
Well, I tell you what, Bismarck High's really improved on the girls' side over there. Jamestown's got a decent team, but Bismarck is favored in that duel with the ladies. The boys, I tell you what, that is the key match that's happening in Bismarck today. If our crowd's a little down here compared to there, that is 1 versus 2. Jamestown being number 1, which is a surprise, but Bismarck will be fired up. They got a couple guys back tonight for the first time. And I will be getting updates, hopefully, throughout the whole duel for you guys tonight. I'll be watching my phone. I've got my little spy over in the Bismarck High gym.
Well, we love it. BNC Bank is our scoreboard sponsor tonight. Your life is busy. We'll make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online, bnc.bank. So as we get scores in, we'll make sure we keep you updated on those in those other locations. Also, Mandan and Legacies wrestling both in the girls and boys side as you see the Patriots girls come out. Fans, we're in the Shields pregame. Shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields. Minot and Bismarck. Also, fans, tonight's game or match brought to you by the UPS store located in South Broadway in Minot. It's open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturday, 8:30 to 3 o'clock. The UPS store located in Marketplace Foods Plaza for all of your packing and shipping needs. As we look at these, the duels now, tonight they're going to start at the 100-pound weight class for the girls, and I think the boys are at 220.
That's correct.
Is a start. So the girls, let's just kind of look at this whole matchup. When you look at these from 100 to 250, there'll be a number of open classes, but what do you kind of point your finger to some of these matchups tonight that you're really looking, that could be some keys?
Yes, well, I see 3 major matches in this duel. Okay, right away, we're going to have some opens, but we start looking right away at 115, where we got 2 returning state placers. You got Baylor Furrer, who's really coming on. She's getting more aggressive. She had placed 8th last year, and you should be facing Martha Ward. And Martha Ward took 4th, and I looked at their record. They did face each other once last year, and Martha did come out with a close victory. So that could be a great match. Then we got 2 more going later in the duel, down to 170 pounds, where we got 2 wrestlers that also placed. We have Paige Spoomer, who had placed 8th for Century last year, and then we got a state finalist that in there, Aguilar.
Yeah, Kira Aguilar, she's a sophomore.
And I tell you what, she is a dominant wrestler. Last year she started to throw a headlock and throws some girls very strong, and she should be a very fun match to watch tonight.
All right, we'll take one more break, our national anthem break. When we come back, we'll be getting ready to start the duel. You're listening to PSP Network.
Smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Back at Century High School, where we have Minot Magicians. Are they both of them Jets? Like the Minot Majet girls wrestling, the Century Patriots girls wrestling, as they're just right now introducing the wrestlers tonight for both teams. There'll be some open classes, and we'll get started here at the open at the 100-pound weight class, where I think that's going to be potentially the first open one. But the expectations, I mean, we talk about keys, but I think early in the season when you have some duels like this where some teams such as Century is just kind of getting going in their program, is there really a key, or what's a coach's expectations coming into this, John?
You know, I think they have an ultimate goal of keeping everybody healthy, you know, and basically from there they start working on learning stuff, because they're still at that beginning process. It's a learning sport. Some of the keys here, of course, for girls is camaraderie, helping each other out, you know, being good teammates, being good sports. And guess what? The girls have been class acts. So I think that's a big start right there.
Yeah, and that's both sides ultimately, although I know Minot, you know, with Minot having a number of returning placers and placing fourth at state last year, they may have a little bit higher aspirations in terms of team perspective than Century might.
Yes, in fact, them returning all their state placers and everything that they got, you know, they have 8 or 9 returning state placers, and not of them all wrestling tonight. But they were looking at, in fact, going into the state tournament last year, probably being one of the top 2 teams. So that was kind of a surprise. Castleton really stepped up last year to win the state tournament. And then you look at the other girls teams who, you know, it's not easy. The Bismarck program last year, having everybody separated, they'll be in the mix. Legacy's got a really nice team. And you just, you know, it's hard, you know, having these girls. But I tell you what, right now, if you start looking at the rankings for women's wrestling that I started to put together, Mandan could be kind of the surprise a little bit in the West, but Minot is probably them and Bismarck the top 2 teams.
Yeah, and you're talking about on the girls' side, obviously.
Correct.
And, yeah, Legacy was one, and we saw that matchup early on where Legacy, what a match we had, the initial duel of the season where it went into criteria, and ultimately Legacy won. It was tied at 36 after a pin at the last match that day, so that was pretty special. You're thinking this one may not come down to that one.
Yes, Legacy and Bismarck High, that tie duel we had, you know, it showed us something, you know, both those guys being prepared this early, but that growth, you know, sometimes those teams aren't ready right away early in the season, but they looked really good.
And we look at this first 2 matchup as the official. They got a female official for this one. She's coming out and talking, getting ready, as they will be announcing ultimately Century in that first matchup. Now
you know, I think her last name is Key. That's the official.
Oh, it is? Okay, perfect. They did not give that to us.
Yeah.
They were lucky we got a lineup sheet, let's be real. Although they kind of take care of you.
Well, I tell you what, when you start preparing for this stuff, it's not easy. But, you know, it depends on the coaches. You know, Minot's got some experience with the PSP network, and so they're doing a great job. I tell you what, between the coaches, I wish all the other coaches would follow the lead that Minot does.
Yeah, Minot's been obviously in the PSP side. That's where things started. Our owner and founder, Nick Holberg, and thankful he brought it down to us here in Bismarck the last couple of years, and we're excited to be able to bring you some additional stuff. One thing you don't have tonight, fans, is our score hub, where we had some difficulties getting that working, but the good news is you have on the top right of your screen, you actually have the scoreboard going on as Century. If you can't see, it's the Patriots on the left side and the Magicians, it's actually the Majets right on the right side, so we'll be following that, and below that under score will be the top part will be the, I think it's the individual scores underneath Patriots and the Magicians, and then the team scores will be below that. But we'll keep an eye on that one and make sure we announce that for you. So got a little bit of confusion in terms of after the flip. I did not see how the flip went in terms of who has to announce first.
I missed it too. I think it's Minot that's actually supposed to come out first. I think they're the odds for the girls. That's what I thought I heard.
You know, one thing we're noticing too is we found in the Bismarck, the first duel between Bismarck and Legacy, some new people in the program and on the girls' side. And so there's a little bit of confusion sometimes to get things started in terms of how things are working on both sides. So they are going to announce Ella Brown. She's a 7th grader for Minot. As she comes in, she'll announce at the 100-pound weight class, as she will come out, and that is an open weight class. So Minot starts out right away with a victory, so they will be up 6-0 on the team side to get started. That'll move us right into the 105. So as you take a look at it, fans, you see that top right. So the score, Jets 6, the Patriots 0. So the team score, the individual score will be down below on that bottom side. And you can see it says 10-5. It's actually the 105-pound weight class. For the Patriots, you'll have Sydney Narlock. She's 2-3 in the season. She'll take on Monica Boyache is her name. She's a freshman. She's 4-3.
Well, I tell you what, I started to watch Narlock in that duel last time and catching her in practice. She's been so aggressive. What's interesting is these coaches say usually they have a hard time finding the two ends, you know, the lighter girls and the heavier girls, the ones in the middle. But with a little bit more experience, you know, Monica has for Minot.
Well, Monica's, he said, first-year wrestler, 4-3, super quick, athletic, picks things up quickly. She's been trying to rip that double leg takedown. She gets it strong.
Nice, and that's what you said right away, being aggressive. One of the keys in these matches, you start dominating early, try to get people, you know, to doubt themselves, I guess the best way. Oh, quick turn here with a half.
Yeah. Good job below by Narlock, just kind of flipping over, so did not get any back points. 1:13 to go in this first period. Narlock for the Patriots and Boyache.
Now, two key things that I start watching for the girls right away when you're on top, you know, controlling arms, and then the bottom is standing up. Oh, nice shot, high crotch.
Good sprawl there for Boyache.
Yep.
Now she's trying to get the spin, push that head down and spin around. That's what Coach Meyer's talking to her about.
Not crossing their legs. But, you know, there's so many key things. You look at the development of wrestlers. You know, these ladies, you don't have to break a lot of bad habits.
There was able to get a nice single leg. Is just stayed with that single leg.
Oh, out of bounds.
Did she give her two?
Yes, she did.
So an escape, first of all, for Sydney Narlock, then a two-point takedown. So Narlock actually leads 3-2 with 33 seconds left in this first period.
And again, like I was saying, that aggressiveness, you see her get her shot, you just have to turn a corner. But curing the things that they do wrong, they don't have a lot of the bad habits. So it's just build-up from the bottom up, I guess.
And Boyache immediately jumps up, and but a good job of ripping her back down to the ground by Narlock. It's a lot of action going on right now.
Yes, I mean, she ran a butcher, and then she turned the wrong way, and then she almost fell into a headlock.
Trying to grab that.
It's called a butcher.
Okay.
Yep. She's got that bottom arm, and she's trying to just run it around.
Boyache gets out of that. Well, now she rips back to that half Nelson on the other side.
Doing a good job controlling the top.
Yeah, you talked about that too, is making sure that she's broke down. I know last week you talked about that a lot, where the girls didn't actually work on getting the
breakdowns.
The breakdown, exactly. So Century Narlock chooses down. So Century leads 5-2. Got a couple back points on that one too they gave her. So 5-2 after a takedown, a reversal, some back points.
And I see our local news on the far side. They're trying to get this one first so that they could go over to the Bismarck duel.
Ah, you think so, huh? As Narlock trying to rip his hands apart, and man, goes up high in the headlock.
Did a great job getting hand control and standing up.
I like how aggressive Boyache is too.
And that's just lack of moves right now still, but being aggressive kind of cures that. Nice stand up.
6-2 now, 1:34 in the second period. Patriots lead at Sydney Narlock.
Now I would do the same thing. I'd move directions and get her shot again. Change directions, no snap down. And conditioning does play. There's that high crotch she shot last time. Turn the corner. There it is. Nice
ripping that one
takedown.
down and getting behind her. So that's 8-2 now. Narlock leads just a 7th grader.
But good form, kept her back straight. Good shot. Didn't get her head to the mat.
Got length too. That's one thing too. At 105 pounds, having that length that she has, a little taller than Boyache.
This would be a big win for Century if she could find a way to get this. Narlock get her back to 500.
Work on that butcher again now.
There we go.
Nelson.
Oh. She's breaking her head back. Could she keep the arm? She needs to get long. I hear the coaches get off her knees.
Yep. They're going to call what a
potentially dangerous.
Yep,
okay. She had her neck cranked a little bit.
So 2 back points that they gave Narlock. So that's 10-2 now. 38 seconds left here in this second period.
It's a nice lead. Now it's control time, learning how to control that position on top. A good breakdown. Oh, the quick stand-up.
Oh, nice reversal. 2 points there, 10-4 now as Narlock leads Boyachi from Minot.
Now Narlock needs to get hand control and get off her hip on the side.
A third period, Boyachi will start down 2.
Yeah, she'll get her choice. See what?
Yeah, good point.
I'm guessing she might pick both on her feet. That's
Okay.
would be my guess. Just
When
because
you're down by
she's had 2 good. Well, you know, she doesn't want to be put down and turned right away. Coach might put her on her feet and snap downs.
Trying to get that half Nelson, but that could not get it. So 10-4 is how we'll end this second period. Narlock leads Boyachi.
Yep.
Fans, tonight's wrestling match brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Make sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week, and on PSP Network Facebook page, Jersey Mike's is a sub above. And they do stand up. There you go. Good call, Coach.
Experience.
You shake hands. They normally do that?
Not usually, but that's just usually young, inexperienced.
Thinking that they
wrestlers.
started, they were starting over.
Habit when you start a match.
Head down by Narlock, trying to pull that single leg takedown in. They keep a hold of that leg.
Still a close match here, 10-6 now.
They gave 2 points. Yeah, they gave 2 point takedown.
She's got to get back to her belly.
So 1:37 left in this match. Boyachi trails by 4 to Narlock.
But aggressive. They know that they got to turn them to their backs.
Trying to work up to that tripod, flipping her on that half Nelson.
Now she's in trouble unless she gets her head turned the other way. She should not be looking in.
Oh, she's got some back points already now.
And actually had an illegal headlock for a little bit.
114. Oh my, what a change. He was down 10-4 after 2 periods, and Boyachi gets the takedown and then gets Narlock on her back, and she gets the victory and the pin with it. What was the time?
I missed it. They turned it so fast.
I think it was 1:14 in the third that was left. So do the math, John. That's
46 plus 4, so 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
So that's the 4:46. So Minot will win that one. Boyachi will take 6 more, so that takes it to 12. Now we have the 110-pound weight class.
Oh, surprised me. Minot is giving a forfeit to Century.
Really? So who was up there for Century? Mortensen?
That was Vivian. That was Vivian that took the forfeit.
So Vivian, from Century took the forfeit. Okay, so Mortensen did not wrestle. So now who is wrestling here? Did they announce this?
I did not hear them announce it. No, they're so quiet. I'm guessing right now that looks like Martha Ward.
Well, we should definitely find out.
That's Ella Wald. I know that for Century.
Okay, and it's Martha Ward. So Ella Wald will be wrestling Martha Ward. It's 12-6 now after that forfeit.
These are 2 returning state placers. Martha's got a 9-2 record.
Ella Wald's a freshman, and as is Martha Ward. Coach just talked about these 2. Martha Ward, 9-2 records, so lots of matches. Actually 23-15 last year. So she's actually one of the captains and voted the hardest worker by her peers, so we'll see how that falls into this.
Well, Century had talked to the coach before, and she thought that Wald is one of her most improved wrestlers on the team. So very strong, aggressive, not afraid to just basically lead by example. She's the one that's been working a lot with Ray Ogden, who just signed to wrestle at the next level at the University of Sioux Falls. He just started a women's program down there. So she'll be on the debut program there for them, which we'll get to see her hopefully wrestle a little bit.
Right.
That's why it's odd. You know, you don't have very many seniors out there. But there are opportunities for these ladies. Dickinson State starting their wrestling program for ladies. I don't know if you heard that next year already.
I did not.
Yep. So there'll be 3 women's colleges next year that have girls wrestling. Minot State, Jamestown, and Dickinson.
Which opens up a lot of wrestling scholarships for girls too.
Well, you know, right now the well is a little dry for seniors, but it'll give opportunities for any of those girls who really want to get a college education. Oh, that was nice takedown. She's got to get her arm back because she's in trouble.
Oh, we got her on her back
Deep
right
half.
away.
They'll roll through.
Did not call it, just short. They're going to get 2 back points and a takedown. for Martha Ward for Minot.
Yes, got her reaching a little bit.
So 4-0 after one, and Martha looked like she was in good position for that takedown, but the experience, or excuse me, for Wald did, but the experience of Martha Ward showed through there.
Yes, Ella got her hand caught, her arm a little deep there. Nice quick stand up. There we go, nice. Get her straight to her back, straight to that butcher, there we go.
Got a reversal even with the arm in there. So 4-2 right now as Ward from Minot leads Wald, working hard. Boy, good strong hold there. Now they're gonna stand up. So I would give 1 point from a escape. So now it's 5-2. Ward leads over Ella Wald. Both girls are freshmen, as we talked about.
These guys might see each other a lot in the near future.
I like how the coaches didn't try to move any matches. Did, put these two girls that are, give the fans a, their money's worth of watching matches, competitive matches.
And you notice some changing inside ties. They're as these guys start getting more nice little drags. She's coming around, she's gonna try to throw, no. But you see them trying moves.
Yeah.
They teach them something and they try new things. It's that little drag to a single or a double.
Got a ponytail on the mat.
You saw that fall too. Yep. But now in a situation like this, again, if you're Century, if you want to get a new start, you shoot them off the mat. You take a good shot. Makes it look like you're not stalling.
5-2. Ward still leads for Minot.
Good sprawl. She needs to square up. Circle in the corner.
He said you're stalling.
They're going coach.
Blanchard.
Own coach. As I was just saying, as you're playing the edge of the mat a little bit, he was saying what people were thinking a little bit. Like the honest coach.
Martha Ward leads 5-2 here. 36 seconds now left in this second period. It's been a good battle. Well, almost a shot.
Just at the end of the period, be able to score. That was huge at the the end of the first period.
Continue to back up and back up. At what point at this point to the officials when you're backing up like that, although you're behind, they're not going to call a stall on that.
It depends. In certain situations, early in the season, I would usually suggest to the referees you call a little bit more stalling. You get them moving. You start having them be aggressive. Like right now on the edge of the mat, she could call her for stalling. Now, if Minot shoots again right off the whistle, you definitely.
So just 7 seconds left here in this second period.
Nice double here. Can she score?
Got 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Two takedown. Ooh, that's a tough control. They're going to go nuts. I think that's a good adjustment potentially because when they fell down,
she listened to the coach. That's all it takes to take
down. It looked like Ward. And now they're going to, what's the official going to do?
Nope, she waved it off. 5-2.
Doesn't like it. I think the official got talked into it, but I think it's the right call.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, in wrestling, it's one of those, once you put them down, it can be a takedown. You don't need control as soon as her butt or hip touches on the mat.
Okay, so it's 5-2 after 2 periods. Martha Ward, the freshman, leads Ella Wald, the freshman.
She needs to get an escape and go back to that double, that aggressive double. She can't get her arms caught. And that just takes confidence. That opportunity to clear some arms and get through on that great double. That should have fired her up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, no doubt. Ward doing a good job controlling.
Oh, girls and chicken wings. This is not a good situation for Wald. She got her arms controlled, did not get out from the bottom.
Oh, this is not good. There we go, that's the whistle, so that'll be a pin in the second period, 1:16 left.
Okay, that's 44. So that's a 4:44. Makes it 18-6, Minot.
6 points, get my score sheet right here. We got new stuff all the time as Martha Ward. So 18-6 now, all 6 points. The next match is going to be an open one. I think
Haley Nash.
Hallie Nash, from Minot. Just got 6 points addition, so now it's 24-6. They announced her. Now we'll go to the 125.
She's got to get her hand raised first. There we go.
Sorry. There we go.
Now here comes Ray Ogden.
So Ray Ogden, 7-0 in the season. Got third last year.
She's going to be wrestling Hudson.
Yeah, Ray Ogden. Yeah, she said Ray Ogden's a leader. She's going to move up. You mentioned her wrestling the next level at Sioux Falls. Pretty exciting for her. And
yeah, she is undefeated. She's down some weight from last year. She looks really good. Last year she wrestled 30 or 35 most of the year. So this commitment to working out all the time has got her down to 125 and should be the #1 ranked girl at this weight in the state.
Anya Nelson, or Hudson, excuse me, just an 8th grader. Immediately, that was a quick takedown.
Who's pretty new. Ogden's going to go for the pin right away. There it is.
Boy, we're 13 seconds into the first match.
14 right there.
14 as it finished, so wow, that was quick. He blinked and that one was done, so Ray Ogden showed why she's so good. 6 points there, so 24-12 now. The Patriots are doubled up right now by the Magicians. Hudson was just an 8th grader. That was kind of a mismatch.
And that's feeding her to the wolves a little bit, but you know, it's a growth. And the coaches will come over and give her a high five and a hug and say, guess what, we appreciate you getting out there and doing it for the team.
So then Riley Hansen will step up, and that'll be an open weight class, so Minot wins that one. So now that score goes to 30-12. The next weight class here is 135.
Well, let's see out here. So Hansen should come out and get her hand raised, one at a time. They have her check in. I haven't seen it happen yet.
I thought they did that.
They did get that hand raised?
So, hey fans, while we're waiting, tonight's wrestling match brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. We offer free consultations and financing options that make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Call 852-2646 or visit minotbraces.com today and get started with a free virtual consultation. Prestwich Orthodontics.
Right there.
Okay, there you go. I guess I was not paying attention. So Peyton Russell, a freshman, coming in at 6-3. Last year she placed 5th at the state tournament, and she'll be wrestling Cadence Cook, who's 3-4 coming in.
Cadence, another young wrestler who, I tell you what, she's got her.
Expect big things out of her. The conversation is, yes, she gets taken down right away.
Facing a young lady who's definitely pinned her way through the tournament. All her wins this year are by fall. And so she is a pinner.
Right away, got her on her back, and that's going to be a pin for Peyton Russell of Minot at the 19-second mark of the first period.
I didn't even have to say much there. It's just gone by so fast.
That'll be 6 more. So 36-12. That moves into the next weight class of 140, where Haley Carr of Minot
gets her hand raised
because Century is open. We'll give her 6 points. That's 42-12. And now we'll go to 145-pound weight class. That'll be Madeline Ross, 8th grader. That'll be open for the Patriots. So the forfeits continue.
Yes, this will be 48-12.
And the open weight classes are still going to continue. As
I tell you what, this duel is going to be over here shortly. We got two more matches yet. So stay close.
So in the 155-pound weight class, Century's open, and Ariana Aguilar, she's a 8th grader, 6-3 in the season. She will not get a match. She will get a forfeit, so it'll be 6 more points for Minot. So we're a little ahead of schedule right now as they're raising their hands. But
and part of this is the Century's got some sickness, and they have some girls that have kind of matched up the same weight classes.
So now we'll move down to the 170-pound weight class. This was one of those you kind of keynoted beforehand, saying 2 returning placers, as Kira Aguilar is the bigger sister of Ariana, a sophomore. She placed 2nd last year. You said get to the finals and lost. She will take on Paige Spoomer, 1-5 of the season, but she did place 8th last year in the state tournament.
Well, she's kind of had a rough start to the season this year. She's faced some great competition from down the Mandan tournament. Pierre came up there and had some hammers. So did some Rapid City schools. So she has
had some hammers.
Yes,
that's a word for a good wrestler. Is what you're saying.
Yes, right. and she doesn't find anybody easier here. Currently, probably ranked 2nd in the state, and doesn't lose often. She was a state finalist last year. Aguilar last year, she just started to throw, and I watched her get very aggressive. So Spoomer needs to stay in this match and circle her way out of this front head here.
Coach Blanchard yelling from the sideline.
But Minot is favored here. They are 2 state placers, though. I'm hoping to have a good match.
Aguilar considerably taller.
Yes.
Leverage makes a difference.
Well, we'll see that a
wrestling.
couple. We'll see that a couple times tonight in the duel with the boys. But as you can see, really, if the boys' duel is supposed to start at 7, we're not too far off.
No,
They
not at
pretty
all.
much planned this out.
56 seconds left in this first period. These two girls just kind of
Still
feeling
just
each other
tying
out a little
things
bit.
up. Aguilar's just trying to snap her down.
Keep that head down for Spoomer. Trying to reach out for that leg, not going to happen. A little sprawl there by Aguilar. Oh,
There she has a chance at her
See the
double.
strength? No, but sprawl.
Snap down.
There, spin in the back. Gets that 2-point takedown for Aguilar. 2-0, first period, 30 seconds left.
Spoomer needs to stay in this short time in the first period here.
Try to walk over that
turnover with a half. Can see
Good
that strength.
yes. They're counting, so got back points for sure. Got 3 back points.
Let's get back and settle in. Spoomer needs to fight.
Trying to push that with her right arm, trying to push that shoulder down for that 2-second count.
Keeping it up
3
well.
seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Hey.
Makes it to the end, so we'll give 3 back points. And she's saying, on what the official's telling her.
She was asking how far she was up, and she says she was up this far.
Okay. So 5 points after the takedown and 3-point near fall. 5-0 starting the second period. Red will choose up. That's Red is
confident after
maroon.
she cranked her over in that half. She's probably going to do it again.
54-12 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Nice quick breakdown there. We're in that power half in there again. Got her head buried.
Yeah, we used that the first half. That arm's not quite in there too deep, though. There, she works it over now.
Settling back. Oh, Spoomer's in trouble.
Now she's got her arm under there, checking it out. Say, now I know I'm going to know exactly how far it's apart. And this is going to be the pin at 138.
222.
So 222. Aguilar gets the pin. 60 now to 12. One more match. This is really the final match of the night because that 250's open. This could be a good one here too, as Jaylee Jetty 4-3 for the Patriots.
Yes. And Sadie Richmond, who took 7th. So these are 6th and 7th placers last year at the same weight class. This is probably, hopefully, our matchup that's left here is going to be a barn burner.
Sadie Richmond, just a sophomore, 7th last year you mentioned. It's a 3-0 record in this season. You mentioned 7th last year, 19-10 in the season.
Stand wide.
Trying to pull that leg in. That's going to be a tough one to do, but
doing a good job. She's long. Jetty there comes around the backside, scores the first points.
So Jaylee Jetty with the first takedown. Did she give it?
She did.
Posted it yet?
Oh, she gave the 2.
I thought she gave it 2. Did she not?
She did, but the head table was questioned. It should be 2 reversal.
Now it's a reversal, so 2-2. And a 1-point escape for Jetty. So 3-2. And now a 2-point takedown for Richmond for Minot. So 4-3. Richmond leads Jetty.
You can tell Minot's working the ankle drives there. Going to try to go to this butcher.
Just the first period in this match. Stay tuned after this one, fans, as it'll be the planning team financial post game. We'll try to get one of the coach from Minot, most likely Mitch Meyer, and we'll get one of the Lady Majets.
Trying to drive this power half. Got to fight. She's got her hips turned the wrong direction. Always in trouble if you're looking into that half. She have a hard time rolling through. Minot looking good here. Oh, Jetty's trying to work her way through. She's got to get her belly down.
Yeah, Richmond, good job. Jetty, good job getting a flip, but just 2 points on the takedown or on the back point. So 6-3 now. Richmond leads Jetty in this first period.
Well, as you can see here, you don't want to be down on bottom very long.
No.
So that's something you're going to have to work. Getting a leg out to the side, getting a stand up. Oh, look in the wrong direction. There we go.
Trying to get to that base. Job by Jetty, trying to get away, but Richmond not falling for it.
Doing a good job. Far ankle, far knee breakdown.
To survive the second period, Richmond leads Jetty 6-3. Start of the third period.
Minot picks top. Thing you don't see in boys very often, picking top. You see it more often here if you feel comfortable, not as comfortable on your feet, and you've been turning your opponent over, so they'll just hop on top with the advantage. Jetty's got to get up right away here. Down by 3. Here's where you need to, look away. You're looking into it. It's in trouble. Get your hips flipped. Got to look away and get that outside leg up to stand up. All that pressure.
1:35 in the second period. Richmond, a lot of activity in the first period. Richmond leads Jetty. Richmond from Minot on top right now. If you just joined us, fans, Chuck Clairmont and Jon Gums. This PSP Network broadcast. Well, the boys will follow immediately. 7 o'clock start. We'll be right about on time for that one.
There's a stand-up.
Oh, good job grabbing that ankle. 1 minute and 3 seconds left here in this match.
Thing I also like, the Minot wrestlers on their toes. They're not riding on their knees, so it puts a lot of pressure on them.
I wouldn't call it the Serve Pro red zone, but the final minute of the third period might be the Serve Pro red zone. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology. That's the Serve Pro red zone, and as Richmond trying to walk her over, he got some back points now. 37 seconds left in this match. Richmond leads it by 3. Should have got a couple back points. I couldn't see if the official was counting. Yep, they're going to give her 3 more.
There we go.
That'll take it up to 9. 9-3 now, 25 seconds left in this match. Afterwards, we'll see if we can't get a word from head coach Mitch Meyer, and maybe
she's doing a good job keeping all that pressure, wearing Jetty out here. Oh, Jetty, don't give up. 2 seconds left in the second period.
Oh man, 2 seconds, so he'll get to be a near fall there.
3:59.
So we'll see if we can't get up and grab one of the. You can get Sadie from Mana if you want to grab whichever we think we should grab. Or Sadie, we can get whoever you think makes sense. Final match, 66-12. Oh, 66-18. Yeah, exactly. As we're now in the just getting ready to almost enter the post game, folks.
The boys varsity will start at 7:10.
66-7-10 will be the boys start. That's the wrong side. Let's try that again.
And the weight class we will start with is 220 pounds.
12 visitors on the scoreboard will be Minot. They were victorious at 66. Actually, it was 18, so I got to check that again. As always making these changes, folks. Bear with me as I get that on there, so make sure you know what it is. So 66-18, we're in the post game, or post matches. You've got 1 second before we get Mitch Meyer here. Fans, we're in the post game. We're in the Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads post game. Shots Crossroads, your post game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. And Planning Team Financial Advisors, helping clients work towards financial freedom. As John is going to bring in the coach here, and and one of the players John had talked to, one of the wrestlers for Minot, he'll bring them in. And after this, fans, stay tuned. We'll have the player of the game, the Sports Clips wrestler of the game, and the Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Coach Mitch Meyer is talking to his team over there on the sidelines. Dominant performance by Minot, as Century got victories in their 2 victories. Their only actually victory in wrestling tonight was by Ray Ogden, as a dominant performance, a 14-second pin by her. That was really the only true victory for her. But from the Minot side, Boyache started out with a pin, and then Martha Ward, she stepped in. She got a pin over Ella Wald in the next match, where we actually had, that was open, and then Ray Ogden and Anya Hudson wrestled. Ogden won that one. And then Riley Hansen won in the open class. Next match was Cadence Cook and Peyton Russell. Cadence Cook, Peyton Russell, the freshman, dominant there, hit a pin in this 19 seconds. The next match was Aguilar, the Kira Aguilar, the sophomore. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. The coach, we're still kind of waiting, folks. John, we got you perfect where you are right there. He's bringing over one of the wrestlers for, I think you got, see who is the wrestler? Yeah, come on in, John. We'll take it down to you, buddy. Go ahead, step on in there and kick the coach first, and we'll get the player.
Coach Meyer, Jon Gums here. Quick question for you tonight. You know, what can you take away from this duel tonight that your girls brought to everybody here at Century?
Yeah, you know, we came out and we wanted to wrestle hard. This is our first duel of the year, and just to get the kids used to a duel format setting, you know, a little bit different than just rolling through a tournament all day sitting in the bleachers. And the girls came out with some energy, and we wrestled really hard. I was really proud of them.
Yes, I thought the aggressiveness looked real good. Okay. Now, what have you been working in the room lately to get these girls prepared for this?
Yeah, you know, we have a mix of some veterans and some new girls, so we've been really focusing on the basics, you know, stance and motion, you know, positioning of the body, making sure we're getting those angles when we need them to take our shots, and really just keeping it simple and being aggressive with what we want, and we go get what we want, and, you know, again, just breaking it down to the basics, and it seems to be working so far.
Well, very good tonight. Can you introduce us to your young lady you brought over here?
Yeah, so this is our captain. She's a freshman, Martha Ward, 115.
Okay, Martha, quick question for you. So what are you getting out of wrestling? How long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling since last year, and it's really taught me to work hard and that you can't expect to get anything without putting in the work. And it's given me a lot of confidence, for sure.
How about your teammates? What can you say about your teammates so far this year?
Well, we have a lot more girls this year, and we've really just been pushing each other to work hard and to just make each other better and to enjoy the sport of wrestling.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, good job tonight, and I appreciate it. You're doing a good job.
All right, awesome. Thanks, John. Good job tonight, and that's an interview with Martha Ward. She really was a dominant performance tonight, as she's the one who beat Ella Wall tonight. That was actually one of the fun matches, too. And Martha Ward, a freshman, stepped in, the team captain. She got the victory for Minot. Minot wins tonight 66-18. We are in the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll talk about our Sport Clips Wrestler of the Game and our Jobbers and Storage, Moving and Storage Move of the Game. You're listening to PSP Wrestling.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a Sport Clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right?
Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
Welcome back, fans, as we're at the Century High Gymnasium, Lynette Olson Gymnasium. Chuck Clairmont and Jon Gums with you. We're in the Punting Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads post-game as Minot High Majets victorious 66-18 over the Century Patriots. Fans, tonight's game also brought to you by Planet Pizza, proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years with the largest laser tag playground in the region, mouth-watering pizza and wings, and the 30-inch galactic pizza that are out of this world. Call and order now, 852-1700. Planet Pizza is out of this world. Also, Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. As the factory-authorized dealer for AeroSeal, there's no other choice to seal your heating and air game other than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northernplains.com. We are in the post-game show, and John, let's take a look at this. One thing we want to do is, as Minot was just absolutely dominant, they showed, we talked about this pregame, that they're a little ahead of Century in terms of their progression, and they showed it tonight.
Well, they came out, and the coach, like he had said, he wants the girls to be aggressive, learning the basics, and guess what? It proves very well on the mat that you can see that experience showing.
Yeah, they wrestled extremely well tonight, and they showed why. They'll probably be ranked, I'm going to guess, in the duel. When you're first.
Well, you know what? When they get through the state, they're doing a couple different things. The top 4 teams out of the East and the 4 teams out of the West, they will be basically ranked on some of these duels. Because the West, every team will duel each other, and the top 4 will go. Minot right now will be one of those 4 teams.
Yeah, you can see just dominant tonight is an impressive victory for Minot. A couple things left to do here, folks, before we get to our intermission. Actually, we'll call it our premier chiropractic intermission. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry Domries can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Also, they're focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. We'll have a short break in between here, but before we get to that, got a couple things. We got our Sports Clips Player of the Game, and tonight we were talking to her, I think. Martha Ward, yes. Impressive victory done at 115.
Well, I was really impressed because Wald, just the previous match, Century, coming on hard, great double, kind of surprised her a little bit, but then when she got up on top in the third, she dominated and put her away.
Yeah, showed why she's going to be, she has aspirations for a state champion, and she showed tonight she definitely is going to be in the mix when it comes to the end of the season.
Well, at that weight, I tell you what, she is a hard worker, and the sky's the limit. I guarantee right now, she'll be sitting with probably in one of those top 4 spots. It just depends, how that semi goes, probably come state tournament time.
Martha Ward is our Sport Clips Wrestler of the Game. Sport Clips brings you the MVP of this matchup. Sports Clips is the home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. Tonight, Sports Clips MVP of the game is Martha Ward. Last thing we do, folks, before we take a break in this Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame is we got the Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. And, when we take a look at it, we look at some pins. There was, 4 or 5 matches where there was pins tonight. Really all 5 actual matches they ended up in a pin. And to me, probably the most impressive, there's a couple good pins. One we saw Peyton Russell tonight, a quick pin. But I think we probably agreed on this one that who do you feel would be our quickest pin and our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game?
Well, splitting the awards between 2 different teams here, kind of might be a little bit mad, but we're giving this one to Century. The quickest pin of the night, Ray Ogden. She had that 14-second pin with a quick snap and turned the young lady over and put her away with a quick 14-second pin.
Yeah, she was wrestling Anya Hudson, an 8th grader, and she came out and just dominated her as she moved to 8-0. So our Jobbers Moving and Storage Move the Game. Tonight's Move the Game sponsored by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you move across town or across country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobbersmovingandstorage.com. Our Move the Game is Ray Ogden in that 14-second pin in the first period. Well, folks, that'll do it here for this first duel between the Jets and the Patriots. Final score 66-18. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set up for the boys matchup as you're listening to high school wrestling on the PSP network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
It's time for the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Now for a look at game stats and analysis. Let's go to the postgame show.
Actually, folks, that was the postgame final line there as we've slid right into the pregame of the next matchup. The Shields scoreboard, or excuse me, the Shields pregame sponsor. They offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions from fishing to fashion. Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. Shop clothing or sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. So we're in our Shields pregame. Early on, just one duel. This is conference duels as Century has wrestled one. They're 1-0 early in the season. They beat Mandan, dominated Mandan 65-16. And Minot, they have no duels in the West region, but they are actually 1-3 overall. You don't have that on the graphic, but ultimately they wrestled 3 times in Sydney, and they went, or excuse me, 4 times. They 1-3. And one thing about that duel, they did wrestle a North Dakota team, Williston.
Yes. Yeah, when I went through the results for the Sydney tournament this last weekend, you know, I noticed that they wrestled Williston. And Williston, I tell you what, is an upcoming team, and they actually put a little thumping on Minot. But, you know, the matchups didn't quite work out. Minot had a couple kids out. Tyler Nelson and Turnbow, both those guys will probably wrestle tonight. Did not wrestle in that duel. So that could switch things around really quick.
Yeah, and early in the season, it's going to get you an update here. So there was a big tournament here for both these two teams. A couple of them, as the Mandan Lions tournament was a couple of weeks ago, and the first opportunity for these wrestlers to kind of get out and get things going. Century finished 4th behind Sturgis, TF Riggs of South Dakota, and Bismarck High, just 4 points behind the Demons in that one. And then Minot wrestled in the Sydney, Montana invite, and Sydney's one of the powerhouses a lot of times in Montana. But this year it actually was Poway. I don't know where's Poway from.
I believe that was out in Washington.
Okay, well, Minot finished 9th in that tournament. The Minot Magicians. Minot comes in. Actually, the Patriots come in ranked. We'll take a look at our poll as wrestling rankings right now. You look to the right of this side over here, a Century in the duels. They're actually ranked tied for 3rd. This isn't the duels. The top right, Century is correct. You got it like points. That's kind of, I like how you did that. You went through and you kind of did a mock state tournament.
Yes, the scoring on that. So if you look at it, if you get a first place, you're guaranteed yourself 25 points. And so if you get a second, you guarantee yourself 20. And so every one of these places basically in the rankings as they go through, you give them points and you total them up when it's all said and done. And it was Valley City and Century tied for third in that thing.
Yeah, and then they look at the actual duel. As you look a lot down to the right in the West Region side, Century's number 3 in the duel. And where are they overall in the state? They're number 3 in the West Region. We know Jamestown's 1, Bismarck High's 2, of which they're wrestling tonight. We'll get some updates there in the Dick Karlgaard Gymnasium. But where would Century be ranked in the overall rankings? They're 3rd in the West Region, but when you bring the East in with Valley City
as you start putting the duel stuff together, I kind of do that before the season starts.
Okay.
And I actually had Bismarck High winning the duel. They're so savvy at putting things together and moving guys around and having guys at the right weight, and they're so experienced. In fact, they've only lost the state duel tournament in all the years twice. And so they always find a way. In Jamestown, I tell you what, they've got a huge senior class. They started off here after a state football championship, coming into the season a little bit slower here. But this is an opening duel, which once I get all the updates, I'm not sure if everybody's ready quite yet. No, this is an unbelievable matchup, and that duel right there should have probably been held in January instead of right now. But I'm going to get those updates and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's the BNC Bank scoreboard as we're in the Shields pregame. This one, Century came in, as we mentioned, last year. They finished 6th in the West Region, 10th in the Class A tournament. Lost no seniors, so they've got everybody back. So a lot of good things are expected for this Patriot team. Did not qualify for the dual competition. They are coached by Nate Human. I actually coached Nate in baseball back in the day, as Nate is a very good wrestler for the Patriots. And Justin Racine is the head coach for the Minot Magician Boys. They actually got 2nd in the duel last year to Bismarck High, and they lost 52-12. Lost a couple stud kids, and Cade Marker, he got 4th in 113. Then Victor Garcia was 2nd at 138. So when you look at these two teams and the matches up, I still have I got the as we kind of look at this and some of the keys matchups here. Take me through this and talk me through where you feel that there's going to be some matchups for some great potential matches today.
Well, I tell you what, you can never overlook either one of these teams. You're going to have to step into this duel and give it 100%, because right off the bat, when they start at 180, they're going to start up at 220, the duel right away. So we're going to kind of work our way around. You have 2 people that'll be on the rankings. You got this Isaiah Quant, who's just a sophomore, but he's a junior. But he is one of these kids that is dangerous. But then you got a state finalist right away for them who has not stepped on the mat this year. So you got to check out his conditioning. And then when we start going through the other ones, I tell you what, there's going to be about 5 matches which are keys in this duel. And
as we take a look at this too, is here's some of the keys we have listed up here. Gabe Morrison ranked number 1. Cade Dakota ranked number 1 for the Patriots, and then Oli Taylor ranked number 1, and the Patriots are in blue. You can see a number of ranked wrestlers throughout these weight classes. Minot has 3 ranked wrestlers, and David Lamas, Gabe Mortensen, and Dejarius Jones.
Well, I just want to mention one quick weight class. We could have at 138 tonight 2 state champions going at one another. So if you want to highlight a match more than any, you could have Gabe Mortensen, who was the state champ at 126 last year, going against the state champion at 132 last year, Caden Dakota. Both of them sitting at 138 tonight. You also have a couple at 145. You got Fernandez, that last year was ranked 3rd going into state and then got hurt. And you got who's an undefeated wrestler, Braden Morris, who's really stepped up, the freshman, who's currently ranked number 5. And number 5. And so those matches could be key. And then you go to 132, you got Brody Ferderer, who is a state 8th place last year, going probably against Tyler Nelson, who hasn't wrestled yet, who did not place last year, who was also injured, but placed the previous year.
Yeah, and the question is, this early in the season, will the coaches get that matchup of Mortensen and Caden Dakota? I mean, that would be an amazing matchup. But do you think the coaches or even the kids are in a position to say, hey, we don't want to put that matchup yet? That could be something we want to wait until maybe the West Region of the state tournament.
No, that won't happen. This is the way you look, the team's the way it looks out. There's no way really these guys can move things around to avoid one another. Minot doesn't have the extra wrestlers around that weight, and neither does Century. So I believe that match will happen tonight.
Well, that'll be a big one for us as we move into that. We actually start at the 220-pound weight class tonight, and we'll move down from there. And they're just talking through some of the sportsmanship here as we're in the Shields pregame. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions in fishing. It's so quiet. What happened? What I just missed?
Looks like they're just going to do the face-offs.
Okay. I was thinking we're not doing another national anthem.
It's a different announcer tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Perfect. I wish they maybe be a little louder.
Yeah.
But ultimately, so now they're just going to go through the wrestlers, and we'll pay some more bills as tonight's wrestling match. Wrestling Duels brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage has been proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online at rogermovingandStorage.com to schedule a move or to find a quote. rogermovingandStorage.com. Not a bad crowd. I mean, nobody behind us, but as you mentioned, a lot of probably family here, and you got some fans. There'll be plenty of fans at the Jamestown Bismarck High matchup tonight, but we hope you're listening out here in the PSB network, whether it's live or whether you listen to it later on. That's one thing that the beautiful thing about the PSB network is you get an opportunity to wrestle it, to watch it later on. We have replays that we post to our website at psbnetwork.com, so you got a chance to watch those throughout the season, and they're just kind of going through this right now. And any other keys when you look at this for these two teams? Any other kind of words of wisdom as we're getting ready for this first match tonight?
Well, I tell you what, this match could come down to pins. I was just watching as these guys are shaking their hands. They kind of announced a couple matchups as it came out that won't happen tonight, because they had mentioned Mortensen out at 32, and he is not weighed in at 132. He weighed in at 138. And Tyler Nelson, they announced at 38. So as these guys come running across, some parents might be surprised.
So when you look at the he didn't even. If you look at the weigh-ins, he didn't even qualify at 132, correct?
Correct. So he cannot wrestle at 132.
So how would they announce that? I don't understand that. Why would they be allowed to announce him at 132?
Makes no sense to me.
And coaches, from this perspective, do they see the other weigh-in sheets? Do they not?
Correct.
So you know you have to exchange that. How's that work before?
So they weigh in face to face. So it's one of these where they know when somebody weighs in at that. So I don't know what they're doing. Usually when they have the announcements, they're just looking at the sheet that was sent in originally, probably to the school.
Okay.
And so on these sheets, if you look at the Bismarck Century team,
talking about the rosters,
and then you start looking at their boys, you look at what they have marked here at 132.
Tyler Nelson.
They do not on this sheet. I don't know why they would announce it that way.
Yeah, they don't even have.
Nope. So could be interesting. And Minot is open at heavyweight, but I tell you what, this duel could come down to those big pins and those big matches. Century does have an opportunity to take 12 points when 2 open weight classes, so those 12 points are huge. Last year, Minot took it to Century. In fact, in the Minot gym, Minot came to wrestle, and Century lost some really close matches, and they just started to roll. So.
Yeah, the duel last year was 34-30. Century beat Minot, so it was extremely close in that one. The year before that, in 2021, it was 51-23, so the Patriots back-to-back. But Minot ended up finishing second, so clearly things change after it's December 9th. And sometimes early in the season, like we are now, that there's a lot of changes. Century, one thing to note in terms of injuries, we do know there was a sickness this week, and Grady Iverson, he's ranked number 4. He got hurt last weekend in Mandan. He not expected to be back for a week or so. I think it was his finger you mentioned.
He will come out probably taking forfeit.
You think so? All right. Does that you get a when you get?
Looks like Century won the flip. I didn't hear if it was odd or even.
Century won the flip, and they chose to take even matches.
Even matches.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, even. So the first match will be, so Minot will wait for Century to announce theirs.
Does not have a sponsor, but there are many sponsors.
So starting at 220, that just means that Minot has to step on the mat first at 220, and then Century gets to work off of that. They also get their choice first in this first match. So here comes your state finalist for Minot, Caden Turnbow checking in.
Caden Turnbull also, he's
and Isaiah Quant.
Yeah.
So one thing you can never predict in a wrestling duel is you write down all these matches and put them in order, and then his coach could switch them around.
Well, Isaiah Quant, he's 4-2 in the season. He's a junior, honorable mention as we get going here. And a state qualifier last year in Turnbull. He's a stud.
Well, I tell you what, he'd probably rank number 1 at 220 right now. And he since being a state finalist, but he was not out as of 2 weeks ago for wrestling. So he popped in the room, and they've got him back into shape. This is his first match of the year.
He's an all-state football player.
So probably taking a little break from football and debating. You know, he loves the weight room. Coach said that to me. And so Quant is kind of a wild card. Like I said, he's really gotten stronger. He's worked hard. He was a 220-pounder last year. He weighs about 195, so he's a smaller 220-pounder.
Boy, good job denying that single leg takedown by Quant.
If I was Quant here, I'd definitely push the pace. He doesn't want to get into a muscling contest with Turnbow, which it doesn't look good for him right here.
Well, head and arm.
Oh, tried to just use his muscles to throw him down.
They're going to give him 2 points. A take-2 takedown. So 2-0. Turnbow leads Quant. Minute 6 left in this first period.
Yeah, you don't want to do things early on because Turnbow is not probably in great wrestling shape yet. And so Quant has to fight this off early. Good look away. He's looking the wrong direction. In trouble here right away with that half.
Just the strength of Turnbow. You can just see it.
Cranking him over.
Walking it over, trying to suck that arm in. And at the
fall, 115.
115 of the first period, Turnbow gets...
You know, I expect a little bit more, but, you know, Turnbow is top-notch in the state.
Yeah, he was a beast. You can show that, man. He's strong. There's a reason he's an all-state football player and one of these wrestlers where you said, not in your rankings yet, but
he will be. He will be. He'll jump Minot up also quite a bit. You get a guy ranked 1 or 2 in the state for sure at 220.
Jacob Burkhardt's going to step out of the mat, as that's an open weight class for Minot. He's a senior, 5th last year at 285, or excuse me, in 2021.
Yep.
Turf toe last year, so he did not wrestle in the state tournament, but they will get 6 points.
So he's kind of a wild card for Century too as the season goes. He's got to get back, you know, in the mix. He started off kind of a tough first weekend there in Mandan, some tough kids.
So now we'll move down to the 106-pound weight class as Tristan Martin.
Nope, he comes out. Grady comes out and takes the forfeit for Century.
Who did? Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
12-6 Century. Now we're going to go to 113.
That was Grady Iverson who came out.
Yep. Big match right here. Both these guys got some varsity experience last year. Both these guys were 6-pounders.
So this is Seamus Kukluk, an 8th grader for the Patriots, and David Lamas, right?
Yes. No, this is not David Lamas.
This is Luke Mortensen.
This is Luke Mortensen.
All right, thank you. Yes.
I believe so.
It is.
Yep.
We just didn't know Lamas had weighed in where he could have potentially wrestled at 113.
But I knew that they'd probably switch things around here a little bit.
Just kind of threw me off. Quick takedown there by
Kukluk. Got the takedown.
Kukluk.
Now he needs to slow himself down. That was one of those things we found last year, that he has so much energy, he almost overdoes some moves sometimes, and he needs to calm things down.
Got him broke down on the mat now, trying to get
a wing in here and trying to get a quick turn.
121 in the first period. Patriots lead 12-6 in the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
He's got his legs split. He should probably let him get flat so that he can get that chicken wing in. There we go. Let that elbow through. He's kind of got that leg twisted. There we go.
He has kept control of that leg. Cobra him up.
Okay, so that's a new move for me.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, Cobra, maybe twist him like a pretzel, put him in I don't know. There's all those moves. Now double chicken wing.
Try to walk that one over.
Yep.
This is not good.
And these are the type of things that Century needs to do. If they're going to win this duel, they got to put people away, not sit around, get the pins, get the most team points possible.
40 seconds in this first period, so he's got time to try to work it down. Good job by Mortensen. Trying to keep that leverage to keep himself off the mat.
Very limber. You can see his arms just be able to twist all directions. So there we go.
There, now he walked over. Now he's got his body weight on him. Left arm pushed him off. Got him flipped over. So get him 3 back points. That makes it 5-0. 15 seconds left in this first period as Kukluk for the Patriots lead.
Good job. Stand up there.
7 seconds. See if you can't get that escape, but good rip down by Kukluk. 5-0 after the first period.
Again, seeing the experience, both these wrestlers. This is Kukluk's first varsity match of this year.
They both Or he chose up. I couldn't see who got the choice.
Yep, I think Minot picked both up.
Okay. Just underway here in this boys match, wrestling match here. Ooh, nice shot. Single legs got it in deep.
But good strength. I know that these guys worked hard in the off-season, getting in the weight room.
Got a 2-point takedown and builds that lead to 7-0.
In fact, Ku Klux dad is pretty much the one who led the weight room crew, kind of almost like a volunteer assistant of the assistants.
Okay.
And so getting these Century guys in the weight room, key at these younger guys.
Yeah, now points right now, they're at 7 points.
Got my first update from the Bismarck gym. They'll be starting up shortly. So they're going to be starting at 1:26 in the Jamestown Duel.
All right, 7-0 here in this one. 1 minute left in the second period.
As
As
you guys
Ku Klux leads Mortensen from Minot.
And like I said, every single point counts. You know, a major here, the Century's got to win by 8, but Century's wants a pin here. They need these 6 points to go up by, you know, a 2-match.
Well, he's going to walk that over again.
That chicken wing again. He's got this pretty tight, but it's with a long wrestler, it's tough to get that shoulder blade down. So close there, so close. He's getting all that pressure down. Referee's got 3. There it is. Oh, from my angle, I can see him down.
27 seconds left on this one. Just cannot get enough.
Readjusting. He's twisting those arms like completely behind his back.
16 seconds in the second period.
He still has the same moves, so the referee hasn't. Trying to finish it up, short time here, under 10.
That was a good adjustment there by Ku Klux.
3:52.
So at the 3:52 mark of the second period, Ku Klux gets this 6-point pin.
Yep,
that makes it 18, a 6-point fall, 18-6 Patriots. That takes us into the 120-pound weight class where Cole Boney of the Patriots, a sophomore 1-4, will take on David Lamas, a junior at 5-6.
Well, this could be fiery. Both these Century wrestlers at times, you know, I've watched them both many times. Lamas makes mistakes, but can be very fiery. Has got a good high crotch, a good sweep single. Boney's gotten a lot stronger for Century, but he's still, you know, every once in a while gets a little narrow in the hips and finds his way getting taken down sometimes easy and gets his hips flipped the wrong way. So he really has to, you know, widen out, do his best moves. I know he's strong enough. He had an opportunity, you know, to get a few more victories. Last year, he got some good experience wrestling 106. Got some matches in there before Seamus came up at the end of the year. He had, I'm trying to remember exactly right, but I believe he got a little bit injured. I think he had a hip issue actually last year. There's a shot on a single.
See if he can't pick it up.
Flip it through, coming around, trying to finish in a double. Lamas trying to pass some legs.
Still got a hold of that leg, so official's not calling a takedown yet.
Needs to hook it. Needs to hook this back ankle. There's 2. Got the first takedown.
He listened to you. That's exactly what he did. He hooked that back ankle.
And he does have this cradle locked up. No.
But so 2-0. 51 seconds left in this first period on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
And sometimes you call it. Whoa!
Lamas stands up. Oh, wow.
Just calm. He's okay.
Ooh.
Full play there.
You can see Lamas is visibly.
He's okay.
Or Boney shaking up while he's doing that. He feels really bad on that one.
He didn't mean to flip him all the way over. Just a little exciting.
Well, I looked down and I completely missed that one. 42 seconds. So let's see what they'll do on that one. They'll give 1 point. The trainers coming in from the side. Well, we got an opportunity, fans. This match brought to you by the UPS store located in South Broadway in Minot. It's open on Monday through Friday.
Cuts a little bit.
Yep, 8:30 to 7 o'clock, and Saturday 8:30 to 3. So that's UPS, one of our sponsors tonight. That's good to see that David Lamas is all right.
Boy, if you could zoom in on that, that's classic freestyler Greco, the quick 5-point pin, but you can't do that in high school wrestling. You have to safely bring them to the mat. Scary, but yet, you know, I noticed right away he was okay.
Yeah.
It was just one of those, all the excitement, he lifted him and just threw him. I tell you what, good job that he is okay, though. You wouldn't want to see somebody get injured.
Lamas trying to get to his feet, but good strength.
Like I said,
by Boney.
Boney is one of these wrestlers that's kind of a wild card for Century this year. He has an opportunity to probably get on the medal stand if he does things right. He's got good wrestlers around him. You know,
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second left, so that'll be the end of the first period.
He definitely has to harness that strength a little bit. He is up 2-1 here.
So who chooses?
So Minot defers. It was their choice.
Nate Human says take down.
Nope, and he picked both up.
Oh, he set up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought he pointed to the.
He did point down, but then the Boney decided.
Boney said, forget it. Why did he even look at the coach? He's not going to listen
nice
to
little
him.
Fake. Lamas gets in on his double, runs him out of bounds. Boney needs to gather his thought process a little
he's
bit.
got something about his finger?
Blood. Got blood time here.
So blood on his finger?
He needs to get his
knuckle is where he's got some blood on his knuckle, so you get how much time. Talk to me about these injury time. I know it's stated you actually get so much time per match, correct?
Yeah. So blood time wise, you get 5 minutes. It's never a hurry.
Per match?
Per match, you betcha.
All right.
5 minutes. So there's that changed a long time ago. It's just basically safety reasons. Kids don't bleed like they used to. Like as we grew up, people cut a lot more weight. They bled a lot more. And so basically they give them time to stop the blood. It's usually a bloody nose.
It's his nose.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember back in the day. Holy cow, that was like all the time.
Yep.
And that has a relation to cutting weight.
It does. It is huge because of being dehydrated and your blood vessels and all the other stuff like that. But especially in your nose.
So 2-1 start of the second period.
But this is one of, like I mentioned, one of the key matches because these are equally matched wrestlers. You know, getting a victory, any way you can do it. It's a 6-point swing. And then it's a pin, it actually can be up to a 12-point swing. 6 one way to 6 the other. So the whole strategy of this match, Boney got the early lead. Him going to his feet, that means he needs to get this takedown. That's one of the things the coach usually stresses. If you're picking your feet, you have to get that takedown.
Ramos has that single leg now he's got it. I thought he's got that leg trapped in the back, but official's not giving it to him.
No, yeah, he has to come all the way around.
Okay.
On a single.
On a single, I got you.
Yep. And so Boney has stuffed him and has an opportunity to score here. If he lifts this ankle and drives into him, steps over it, he can get the takedown himself. He just
could not quite get that left foot over.
He's coming around though. He's got to pop his hips.
There, he got it.
There's 2.
Not giving it to him. Yeah, that's 2. So that makes it 4-1. Boney leads Lamas with 41 seconds left in this second period in the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Now a good breakdown. I'd go back to that chicken wing he had in earlier. There we go. He's got that chicken wing. Now you can stack him on this far side. He tried a tilt earlier. And usually when you start seeing teams, from wrestler to wrestler show a certain move, that's what they've been working in the room. Because they're really, a few weeks into the season here, how many of the moves have you really got to cover good? And so you start seeing chicken wings that you can about guarantee that's what Century's been working. Just like when we watched the girls earlier and you watch that one girl doing the ankle pick on that girl, that's what they were working in the room. Short time here, 5 seconds. Boney needs to keep him down.
Lamas almost got it, that escape, but good job by Boney holding on to him. So 5 seconds he has to get out as he trails 4-1, does Lamas.
Like I mentioned before, Lamas is explosive. Sometimes he sits and waits, but he can be a very explosive wrestler. I saw him last year take a double on a kid and drive him straight to the back and pin him in a couple seconds. So
4-1.
So he has that potential.
Lamas takes down. As the Patriots lead overall in this match, 18-6.
And usually when a coach in a situation, you're down by 3 here, they want him to get that escape and then a takedown to tie the match up. Picking down is not a penalty.
Right.
For your wrestler. It's usually an advantage for those fast wrestlers. Can be a free point, we used to call it.
Well, Boney showed he does a good job on top controlling the match.
Well, as long as he's keeping that wing in, he's got to keep that tight. He's got him broke down to his belly. You can warn Minot here. He hasn't really gotten up. Now Boney, there's that stand up. Boney can't drive him off the mat. Guys, got to break him down. Can get warned for stalling.
Got that head in the armpit to break. He's got him broken down now.
Coach is telling him to stay on the mat, let the time burn. We're not to that minute mark yet, but he's got that chicken wing and he's trying this opposite side tilt, we call it. There it is. He can get it. Oh, now he needs to step over. He can finish this. Century wants this win first, but if you can get a pin, that'd be huge bonus points.
So 4-1 at this point would just be a 3-point.
Right now when he comes to his knees, he's trying to get this backside tilt, but he's not committing to it, not getting under it. So on that chicken wing on this side, he could do a little sissy sit and stack him over the top.
So in order to get more points, you got to get an 8-point victory. So 3's not going to do it. So 43 seconds left in this match as Boney still leads 4-1 over Lamas.
Well, I got an update. It sounds like Aiden Braun, one of their state champions, returned for Jamestown, is not wrestling tonight.
Ooh,
they just starting the duel, but is not going to wrestle. Sounds like he's still maybe a little injured from football.
Now he's got that chicken wing.
Oh, could drive this over.
Not chicken wing yet.
He's got a double. Yep, that's
double.
right. Yep, double chicken wing. They want him to step over this. Just commit to
seconds.
He should be going from the out of bounds side and drive it. There we go. You don't want to drive him off the mat. Looks like he has a victory coming here, but we'll take, there we go. Century, 3 points for them.
The Century wins 4-1. That's 3 points for the Patriots. That'll move this duel to 21-6. Century on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Hey fans, tonight's match is also brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. We offer free consultations and financing options that make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Now we move up to the 126-pound weight class for the Patriots. It's Ethan Kuntz. He's a junior, 4-2, ranked number 6 in the state, against Aiden Kyleman, the junior for Minot. He's 2-6.
Well, this is another wrestler that Century was so happy that he got back down. You know, as the year goes, you worry about guys kind of all putting on weight and, and being at the same weight class. So he made his way back down to 126, which is a big move for Century. I know that it was a pretty good cut for him. So him making it down there, that's a big help for Century. He is a very...
Oh, good quick move.
Again, another wild card wrestler, I call him. He's one of these guys you don't quite know what move he's going to throw.
Kuntz, we talked about ranked number 6, was 7th last year in the state tournament. He's a junior, 4-2 in the season. He leads it 2-0.
Well, I tell you what, in the Mandan tournament, he came around and beat some very tough South Dakota wrestlers. He seemed like he had a better gas tank. He's got a good, what we call crossover and sit-out series on top. So someplace he probably has to work a little harder at. He's pretty decent on his feet. He has to start getting more turns. That's what I would say. More turns on top. Start controlling these matches.
As Kalman kind of flips out but goes back. Good control by Kuntz.
And goes into that chicken wing.
Well, Century's been working on that one. We've seen that a lot already in the first few matches.
Yes. Keeping it cool in the gym. I actually got a few goosebumps.
Yeah,
I'm not nervous.
That's why we wear long sleeves in winter, my friend, when it's 0 outside.
I've been in a lot of hot gyms over the years. Okay. But doing a good job controlling the arms. You know, down to 20 seconds here. Kuntz does have a good butcher. I do know that. But let's see, you know, he's controlling. He's kind of still feeling his way through this first period.
At 9 seconds to get out. Kyleman and Minot.
Well, there's this
chicken
to get a
little tilt. Didn't quite get it, so 1 second. That'll be the end of the first period as Kuntz for the Patriots leads it 2-0. Minot looking at the official or looking over his coach. He said we're going to take up.
Yep, Century deferred. So Minot got the choice, and they picked both up.
If you joined us just now, fans, it's 21-6. We're in the 5th match of the night.
Oh, nice takedown, drag to a shot. Sweet.
So 2-point takedown.
I tell you what.
For Kuntz, makes it 4-0.
You know, sometimes you want to get your angles and everything like that. He took a nice little drag, got an angle, finished that. Oh, little drag back here by Minot, trying to get a reversal.
Almost a reversal, but Kuntz stopped it.
He needs to catch that arm on that chop. Yep.
Ooh,
back to this crossface
with that cradle. Got a little hard in the ear. It's kind of get me fired up if I was in the bottom, just saying.
Oh, yeah. Little forearm to the side of the head.
Yep.
I've taken a few of those. Maybe that's why I stutter. No,
59 seconds in this second period as Kuntz leads at 4-0.
Oh, this is a quick tilt here.
Tilt on that one.
It's
No,
close.
not quite.
Bottom wrist tilt.
Official said nope, not quite enough count.
But this is a match that Century needs to get more than just 3 here. They are favored in this match, a state placer versus somebody under 500 record, a 2-6 record. So Kuntz needs to put on the gas here a little bit as the second period is starting. Nice hard crossface again there, trying to get this cradle.
Got this knees
balling up,
tucked in tight.
And you could warn this bottom guy for stalling. He's really not attempting. His head is on the mat. That's usually one of the keys that a referee starts seeing.
It's like he's like in a turtle.
Yep.
He's going to try to rip back to the half, but wasn't quick enough to get over on it.
And kind of stepped in some legs. Now Kuntz is average throwing the legs in. He
tries to tilt. He got 3 seconds left.
He tries it every once in a while.
No, that was quite got it.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, still vertical. Didn't quite get it over. So 4-0 at the end of the second period. Kuntz leads Kyleman, the junior. Both juniors.
Yep.
Oh, good, quick.
Yes.
Shot. He's got to see if he can.
Coming out the back door.
That little back door on that one is still got a hold of his foot, but now he's got 2, so 6-0. They need to get 2 more points to get it to the next level of 4 points for team points, but I don't know what's the expectations in this one. Was Century hoping to get?
But right now, coach is already saying hard cut because he knows he can take him down.
Okay.
He wants to get this major. He's going to push him.
Now he's getting aggressive. Now the strength.
No, he says both up. He did have to keep his toes in. That's all it needs. But he might have touched the knee down out of bounds.
6-1, 128 left in this. Almost tried to slap him on the side of the head.
Well, he's definitely trying to push the pace.
It's like he's does not want to get a tie up. Now they do. Now he's throwing away from that, so he's trying to stay.
He's just trying to produce an angle by tapping the heads. It's called fakes. No, hard fake on the head. Tap, tap, go.
I call it annoying him is what I call it.
But that's a good shot by Minot.
Yeah, now he's going to try to get strength.
Kuntz steps over. There's 2.
Good move by that one as he stopped it and gave him 2 points. So now it's 8-1. 57 seconds to go. Is he going to cut him again here?
Yep. Up by
That's
7.
What he's saying. Coach Human saying, hey, cut him.
And he's dominating. He definitely wants to cut him here.
So that'll be give him an escape right away. So we're going to have to get.
Oh, he's given an alternate start. Usually you can just point both feet up. You don't even have to go to this start.
Okay. So
you could just go. You could just basically put both your hands and say up on your feet. But he's going to do what's called a hard cut here. It's just basically push him away a little bit.
So there's nothing.
And Minot did not want to get away really that bad. So he just turned and tried to grab something.
So 45 seconds in this match. Now he cuts him. Now it's 8-2. So now they're saying you got to get a takedown. That'd get it to that 8 points you're talking about to get 4 team points.
So if I'm Minot here, he's doing a good job fighting it off, but he's trying to dump and throw, Kuntz to his back.
Kuntz is just so strong.
Yep. And then again, he's got this leg. He's got it hooked.
22 seconds. Now he gets behind him. So
now he's got to ride him.
Got to keep control. But 18 seconds to go. 10-8.
Waist. You see that? He's re-grabbing, trying to get maybe a little tilt out of this. 10 seconds. He's got to get that chick going on. Minot's trying to scoot out.
An escape would cut it to a 7-point. So not enough. So 10-2 is going to be the final of this match. Minor decision, so 4 points for the Patriots. That makes it 25-6 Century on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. As in between matches, our Hub International Insurance, not a timeout sponsor, but we'll call them in between match sponsor. Hub, the leading North American insurance brokerage, Hub International Insurance.
This is not Tyler Nelson.
Okay, so this is who?
This looks like Burton.
Ty Burton, the sophomore for Minot, is taking on Brody Ferderer. 8th and 138-pound last year. This year he's 5-2, ranked number 4 in the Dakota Grappler poll.
Yep. Who really impressed me on how well he's really prepared this season. Last year he had to wrestle up a weight, wrestle 138 all last year. And so him making 132 this year is a big thing for a senior. And he has been, I tell you what, of one of the Century wrestlers that surprised me the most on how well he looked, it is Brody Ferderer.
They're counting already. Is he gonna get, I think, just 2 potentially? Yep, they're going to give him 2, so 4 points now. But for Furter,
you know, sometimes you just start looking good at a certain weight. He looks so strong for a 32-pounder. He's just, you know, he's a cross-country runner, so his conditioning is phenomenal.
Interesting. You don't see that combination very often.
Not in wrestling.
Wrestling and cross-country.
Yeah, and he was basically went to nationals, and he took 10th, I believe, in the state, or top 10 for sure, cross-country this year. Has placed the last couple years.
So you're saying he probably should be in shape.
He definitely wants to run at the next level. You know, he wants to go to college and run. Wrestling, he just does it because he's done it forever. That's about it. You know, I would think that, you know, even in the off season, we talked about it a little bit, and he said he would. How many wrestlers say he'd rather run than go eat? You know, he was one of those guys. Wrestlers were getting together for after the season party last year, and he wanted to go run.
Wow.
Yep.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah,
trying to get away down.
He was thinking of track season. I'm thinking he right as it goes.
Burton, the sophomore, 4-2 in the season, so he's had success so far this season. Furter, a senior, 25-6 overall as the Patriots lead through the first 5 matches of the night. And
yes,
we're going to be 4-0 at the end of this first period. Furter leads.
Well, I got my first update on the first match. First match, they started at 126. They had DeForest for Bismarck High, who has not wrestled yet this year, ranked number 1, and he faced Rasmussen. And from Jamestown, DeForest won 4-2. So Bismarck High leads after the first match 3-0.
Wrestling Jamestown, so 1 versus 2.
Try to keep you updated on that too.
We have Century ranked number 3 right here, dominating at 25-6 in the BNC National Bank scoreboard. This match right here is Brody Furter. He's a senior, wrestling Ty Burton from Minot.
And Burton is an upcoming wrestler. He's very talented, so Furter has to be on his game. You know, I know
that single leg
I know we were talking about duels to go to. You said we got to do the Jamestown Bismarck High, and we had already set this one up the same night. I know we'd be there right now. Otherwise,
well, ultimately, Minot has so much support in the PSP network. Got to cover Minot when they're down here, so that's important. And it's awesome for Minot to get a chance to see their wrestlers on both the girls and the boys side. The girls were victorious 66-18 tonight over the Patriots. The Majets were 6-0 here in this one, as Furter leads it with a takedown in the second period.
Well, when I talk to other wrestlers in the Century room, they talk about how when Brody grabs you, he just doesn't let go. You know, he's just strong.
Strong grip.
He's got long hands. And so the younger wrestlers kind of hate wrestling him because they go, what the world? You don't let go. It's
strong grip.
Yep. And being a smaller wrestler, 130 and under, 132 and under, a lot of times you get to wrestle some of those younger guys sitting in the room. And he just smiles. He's a quiet, you know, leader in the team. He doesn't say much. When he does, everybody kind of laughs because it's like a leadership comment when he does say it. It's pretty good.
So trying to pull that left arm underneath.
Yeah, so he's doing a bottom wrist butcher. It's basically.
He's getting 3. There's 3 counts.
Yes, he's got that. He's trying to get this pin
over and could not control it, but he got 3 back points. That makes it 9-0.
Well, Burton did a good job because he was in trouble. Short time here. What's crazy about this, you know, as the duel goes, you know, if these guys actually everybody pin each other real quick, I'd be over at Bismarck High Gym. No,
come on,
no.
So it's
I'm just a big wrestling fan.
So
of course, Century first.
Brody Furter.
So if I start yelling, put him away, it's just for that
reason. We are
unbiased
here, right? I even know we'll get to that. Maybe I have to let it.
I kid.
We'll see how you can call when your son is wrestling at 160.
Yeah.
In this one, it's 9-0 right now, third period. Furter leads the sophomore Ty Burton.
I'll do my best to control myself.
Looking for a takedown.
Nice little snap down. He's going to go a little head in the hole here. Try to go straight to it, inside cradle maybe.
Spin around back.
Go down to that single, drop down.
Still got
edge of the mat. Burton did a good job.
Yeah,
could have been running off the mat.
So he's reaching. What's that? If you're a coach and you're saying Brody's reaching, what do you?
Usually what he's saying, the guy's reaching, that means that you can get under his arms on a good shot.
Okay. So now trying to use his strength to get from behind him. Lock his hands.
Yep, and just try to take him straight over the top and go behind it here.
Who's quicker? Switches to that single leg, pulls it in tight.
And Burton doing a good job.
Yeah, 1 minute left in this match. There's 132-pound match.
But like I said, Furter's so strong there, he just whizzed him straight down to the mat, and now has him in trouble. He can probably go behind.
Yeah,
yep,
nice spins behind, 11 points now. Or he's up 11-0. The technical, you got to get to 15 to get a technical fall.
Yep, and get 5 team points.
So 11-0, 35 seconds here. So you get a tilt.
Not messing around. He's trying to put the pin away.
Oh, that's a good off the mat.
And you can pin him outside the mat.
Okay, and he is clearly outside the mat.
Yep, you can do that. He's got it so close, but you got to keep your knees inside the mat. You can still get a pin, but you can't here. His knees are in. Oh, so it's kind of a goofy rule. But as soon as he touches the outside,
so he's going to give him 3, so it'll be 14-0, 11 seconds to go. So what do you do here?
He's going to cut him here. Yep, he's letting him up.
So cut him will make it 14-1, and a takedown will get to 15.
11 seconds to get a takedown. For driving in. And that's determination. Can he take him down here? Steps around the backside. Can he jump him?
5 seconds, 4 seconds.
Can he get it?
Officials are going to do it. Yes. Oh, they say off the mat. So no, as the time expires,
good attempt
to 1. That'll be 4 points for the Patriots. That makes it 29-6 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Intermission here on the Premier Chiropractic Intermission.
This is Gabe. This is the match of the night right here.
All
Gabe
right,
Mortensen is coming out.
Well, the intermission to me is in between matches, so we can get a little Premier Chiropractic read. And now we get big time here. 2 returning state champs. Caden Dakota, first in 132 last year, 7-0 in the season, ranked number 1 at 132. And Gabe Mortensen, ranked number 1 at 126.
Yes.
So both guys have moved up.
Well, here's kind of surprised me, him weighing in at this, because he's been wrestling 132. So I'm guessing he's coming to this duel wanting to wrestle Dakota.
So there'll be a few people coming back to watch this one, I got a feeling.
Yes, definitely. Because I saw when he weighed in today, he weighed 137.6. So it's not that he was, down at 132 and hopping up. He came prepared to wrestle this match, because he wrestled last weekend at 132.
So the strengths of these two wrestlers are what? What's Dakota's strength?
Dakota is a turner and is a leech. On top, he's unbelievable. I mean, he is a guy that just doesn't lose control, usually on top. While Mortensen, he's a bully. He's a guy that pushes people and is very strong, has a great takedown, and is very difficult to score on. So he's a guy that, does stuff with power and strength. Dakota, like you said, is a leech here, so he got taken down. He doesn't get taken down very often.
2-point takedown with 45 seconds left in this first period, as Mortensen, the senior, against Dakota, the senior. See if he can't get that leg ripped out. Wants to try to get a reversal potentially. The official kind of letting it go.
And as they're out of bounds here, 31 seconds. Dakota's down here, but like he said, he's a leech. He's got to find a way to get an escape or a reversal here.
2-0.
Minot coaches are saying we need a hard ride. 132, Bismarck High update. Carson Lardy wrestled Schlepitz, and Schlepitz won 6-2, so it's now 3-3 the score. Bismarck High and Jamestown.
19 seconds in this match, or this, the first period. Is Dakota trying to get out?
Well, Dakota does this little sit and roll stuff, so he could probably catch him here, but
10 seconds.
Coaches want him to score 1 if nothing else.
6 seconds.
And he's just holding on top. Could probably warn him for stalling here too on top already if he's just going to hold on.
Nope, so it's 2-0. Mortensen leads the returning state champ in Caden Dakota at 132.
Century defers.
Century will defer.
And Mortensen, he wants to be on his feet. He doesn't want to go down on Dakota. Now in a situation like this, the referee has to be a little bold. He has to tell these wrestlers what to do if they're stalling or if they're, doing things out of position. This is a tough match sometimes for some referees to do, because we want to see them wrestle.
Have these two guys wrestled before?
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
And it might have been the match where Mortensen and him were wrestling where he broke his arm 2 years ago or dislocated his elbow. In the duel. Yeah, pretty sure. He was wrestling against a Century wrestler when he dislocated his elbow 2 years ago. So he was.
Dakota beat Victor Garcia.
Okay, I gotta check, but there was. Maybe it could have been. I'll have to look at it somewhere in one of the tournaments or something. I'll have to look up and talk to the wrestlers because it was a match where he had broke his arm / dislocated his elbow.
Last year they wrestled in the first.
That is the bully strength that he's got. That's great reshot.
So 1 minute left in the second period. 4-0 Mortensen leads. Yeah, last year Dakota beat Mortensen 12-10.
Okay.
At 132.
So Caden is down 4-0, but he's got to keep wrestling. He hasn't had his opportunity on top. He's right here. He's got an opportunity to score.
So they're up. So it's 4-1 now as Dakota gets an escape with 35 seconds in this second period.
In a situation like this, he's got to open up. He's, like I said, Mortensen wants to be on his feet. He doesn't want to be on bottom against Dakota. Dakota's got to get a takedown to get his turns. He's got, like I said, Dakota is a leech. Like I said, he's got to get on top. He's got turns galore. But right now, Mortensen's controlling it with power. There's a nice little duck on this far side.
Good job of sprawling up top by Mortensen. Trying to suck that double leg in, and good Mortensen defends appropriately. So off the mat, they'll take it back to the middle. 7 seconds left in this second period as Mortensen leads 4-1 on the PS or the BNC Bank scoreboard.
That reshot defensive shot by Mortensen was huge. Dakota hasn't had his opportunity on top. He's going to pick down.
So Mortensen 4-1 leads. So Dakota wants to take down. Oh, he hasn't been able to get.
Oh no, he's picking top.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You talked about a riding.
Well, here's the whole thing. He is a turning machine. He can turn him twice here. He can get the victory. Like I said,
he has confidence. You said guys normally they're not taking top.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. But he is, like I said, a leech and is a turning machine. He's got the Century record last year. He set as a junior for the most 3-point near falls, which you think of all the wrestlers coming out of here. The Steiners,
man, that's amazing.
And he wants to get the 2-point this year. But Mortensen, he's good. If he keeps his head on the mat, he should be warned already. No, because yep.
135.
Dakota doesn't mind this.
Whoa.
Because he can roll them straight through. Oh, he got his leg out. Mortensen did. Dakota is still coming through this backside. That's not a reversal. There it is.
It is a reversal now. So 6-1 is Mortensen.
But doing a good job muscle-wise, just caught Dakota there. Dakota's got to keep wrestling. Short time here. He's down
11, down 5.
But this is big. I tell you what, I like to see it.
So what's going on here now?
The referee's trying to call stalling because you're just holding an ankle.
Okay. So you just warned him there?
Yep. Nothing major.
So Mortensen just doing a tremendous job here in this match against Dakota. This is something he's not used to.
But Mortensen is very strong. That's usually the key, like I said, for him.
Okay, there's a 1-point escape, so 6-1.
Yep.
Just keeps walking away.
Yep, and Mortensen's gonna play that. He's gonna play this defense, do overhooks and ties. Dakota's gonna try to catch him one way or another. He's gonna warn him for stalling if he keeps backing out. Dakota needs a takedown here. Right away, he's got to keep pushing the pace. He's locked the arms together. That's fleeing the mat pretty much there.
34 seconds left.
Now he's going back to the middle, down to 30 seconds. I would have warned him for stalling already here. And he's not going to get enough stalling calls with this short amount of time. Oh, Dakota walked into that, just got thrown. Just because he was pushing him there.
3-point near fall. She should be 11-1.
Yeah, 11-2.
What a performance, 11-2. What a performance by Mortensen here as Minot's jacked about that one. That is a big victory for Minot right there.
Yes, it is.
So Minot will pick up 4 points. So 29-10.
Okay. Like I said, the bully came out and proved his spot there.
Last year, Dakota finished the season 60-3.
Yep. Well, it's a wake-up call. You know, it's one of those where, you know, he came out and got taken down a couple times.
So this match, Braden Morris, a freshman, 7-0 in the season, number 5 ranked wrestler in the state. Last year he finished 5th in 126. He's wrestling against Danny Fernandez, a senior. He's 11-1. Why don't you have him? Where is he not ranked? You're 11-1. You're not ranked. What's going on here?
It's a great question. Honestly, here's what's interesting. He's not a returning state place winner because he did get injured. But
Okay.
so a lot of the first rankings are based on returning state. And then also, what's interesting here is 145 is a stacked weight class. If you start looking across the state, some of the best wrestlers are sitting at 145. So even with Braden Morris being 7-0 and just won a huge tournament in Mandan last week, and he's only ranked 5th.
Yeah, you got Coy Grable, you got Wyatt.
So basically,
Kasadowski, Grady Anderson of Jamestown.
Yep, he's wrestling probably, you know, one of the better wrestlers. These guys are gonna have to, you know, if they both want to stay ranked, they gotta step up against these ranked wrestlers.
That was a good duck under there, but
he's wrestling Mortensen every day, I'm guessing, in the room.
Yeah, probably.
So you know what strength is. And I could see, you know, what's interesting is this match could come down to the wire too. And it comes down to, you know, you have to be able to score on your feet. If you look at the last match, Mortensen dominated on his feet against Dakota.
He did.
And Dakota tried to push it on top by throwing some legs in, got a little high.
So Danny Fernandez last year was ranked number 3 in the state before he got hurt. Placed in 2021.
Yep. So this is a great matchup. Like I said, one of about 5 really key matchups. Morris is tough to score on. He's just a freshman, but man, he's one of these kids that's a workaholic. He's in the weight room, you know, all the time. So it's not going to be the easy match either way around.
Nate Human, coach, giving him a little bit of insight on what he should be doing.
Like I said, this match could come down to a takedown somewhere along the way.
4 seconds, 3 seconds down this first period. Still zeros on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Intermission, the premier chiropractic in between periods here. And tonight's game or match is brought to you by Planet Pizza. Hey, that mouth-watering pizza and wings, the 30-inch galactic pizza, man, I could go for one of those. We always talk about that when I never eat before I come here. I see you got a Subway hanging out on the edge here.
I haven't had an opportunity to eat at all. It's all cold.
That's all right. So single leg. Oh, nice trip.
Nice return. You know, that's just top wrestling. You know, that's the type of thing you see when a guy's getting a takedown, but it's a mat return also.
Mat return, yep. Forgot they were in the second period. I looked down and looked back up.
So one thing that Morris has really gotten better at in this offseason is top riding.
Good strength by Morris on that one as the senior Danny Fernandez has aspirations. I'm thinking big ones here in this 145-pound weight class. Should be a good one, as you mentioned.
To get Minot back in this duel, Minot's down by 19. You know, he's a senior. You see that senior leadership trying to step up here for the Minot team and see if he can get a victory for them.
Well, Fernandez probably wrestled Victor Garcia last year a number of times, and wrestling Victor, who was a state second place winner last year. So talk about guys, whether it's Mortensen or Garcia.
And Garcia's wrestling at the next level too, so he's wrestling in college. You know, some of these guys, being that Minot has a good little wrestling team. Oh, he's got this arm catch. Can he get some back points? Kind of has the wing in here. He's got him kind of in a little bit of trouble. He's got him broke down. Fernandez doing a good job staying long, trying to not get his arm caught underneath there. Oh, but now he's kind of snaking his arm out on this far side. Sometimes that elbow gets a little high and you call potentially dangerous. Morris needs to slide it back.
Still zeros.
There we go.
Second period.
Good breakdown. Now controlling fingers here. Sometimes you get this called. He's got to watch that. Keep working. Got to keep that bottom wrist. Got to keep breaking him down. Good little deep waist here.
26 seconds in the second period.
Like I said, he's gotten a lot better. He hasn't turned in here yet, but he's definitely riding better.
Avoided the escape. 16 seconds. See if he can keep that control.
Oh, no,
way high.
He's really high, but he's on the edge of the mat trying to shake him off. Short time and rolls him out. Hoofta. That was dangerous. I wouldn't have suggested hopping on the back and getting high there.
Okay, 0-0, second period, 7 seconds left in this period as the Patriots lead the overall match 29-10 over Minot. Trying to just shows good strength, holding him down there. 2 seconds, 1 second, so still zeros. 1 period left. As Central now take down. Now we'll see if Danny Fernandez, if he can control him.
Like I said, 2 very evenly, ranked guys, talent-wise.
Yeah, it's going down this match early on.
Conditioning here is going to make a factor.
Both guys looked very well conditioned, though.
Well, they're not huffing. But now this means that you have to push the pace, especially if you're on bottom here. Morris needs to do a little sit-out. He can't keep his head on the mat. It's one thing I talked about the Minot wrestler who may be stalling. You could definitely, bang Morris if you keep his head on the mat. Fernandez trying to throw a leg in, himself in trouble there. He does. Morris wrestles Dakota every day, so throwing legs in, he should not have to worry about that.
We're used to seeing that one.
Yep. A little update on the BHS duel. BHS takes the lead after the 3rd match, 6-3. McMahon beat the other Schleppitz, so 6-3 Bismarck after 3 matches for Jamestown.
Fernandez still in control in this 3rd period. 1:15 left. Stalling could be something, could be.
Oh, and what's interesting is the reason you can't call stalling on him right now, even though he hasn't done a lot on bottom, the top guy is on both sides on top and hasn't really got off to the side. You have to kind of expose yourself to basically giving the bottom guy an opportunity to get up.
Fernandez has that leg locked in deep. What's he going to be using with that one? Oh, nothing. He flips back out of it. Now he gets up. See if he can rip those hands with 44 seconds left.
Oh,
and
good mat return.
39 seconds. Got his foot, but he with the foot.
He now has to scoop under that. I don't know if we can see camera-wise, but he's got the leg there. The Minot guy, the Minot guy has got to sit back and try to power half this far side to make control. Only 20 seconds yet. Morris has got to pop that foot over the top of his head, or the referee's got to call a stalemate here. It could go back to their feet for sudden death overtime here. Short time.
We'll zoom in a little bit on this one. 10 seconds.
He's got both legs back in and broke him down. And really, he hasn't called any stalling because Morris had the best opportunity with the quick stand-up, but this is going OT.
So we will go OT. See if we can do a little camera work while we're doing it here, right? Why not?
Yeah.
So 0-0. So first takedown wins. Is that how it works?
Yes, in this overtime, yes. Sweep single by Morris. Reshot. He's got a sprawl. Wizards basically pops it up. Now this is. Okay, that is an underhook to a tie on the edge of the mat, trying to do a quick duck. Morris has got an opportunity. Whoa. Knees are in, no. Oh, that could have been a takedown there.
Tell me why they didn't call that a takedown.
Referee's kind of decision there. It all depended on the position. You'd have to have 2 things in the inside. Oh, down to that single. Morris is in trouble. Both kind of shot at the same time. Morris has got his leg out of position. In a deep single here, can only hop for 26 more seconds to keep that Wizard and peel the hands off, which they can. Trying to trip, still nothing. Still nothing.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wow, look at the cockiness there.
I don't like that so much, but
2-0, big takedown for Danny Fernandez. He wins it 2-0 in overtime. So Minot gets 3 more points. So 29-13. It was a good match.
It was a good match, but we could have had Morris. We were just mentioning on that far side, you just need to have 2 points inside the mat, and he did have a knee and a toe in. You could have called that a takedown.
Okay.
But so referee's judgment, he was on the other side, couldn't see that.
So we'll move on into the 152-pound weight class. As who is this? Which century?
This is Stair.
This is Riley Stair, the junior. Has not wrestled yet this year. Noah Bledsoe, the sophomore for Minot's 2-8.
Zach Stair.
Zach
Stair. Okay. That's one of the stats.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Riley's his younger brother. And so he mixed up a name there. That's all that was.
Okay.
He's got a younger brother. But Zach had taken a year off and is back. He had some experience a couple years ago on some varsity matches. And so him coming back in the room was kind of a good thing to try to find somebody in one of those middle weights to get a 152-pounder. They've been battling. Him and Braxton Fisher have been battling for the 152.
Appreciate The camera girl for Century helping us out there.
Yep.
Okay, he's a senior?
Oh, he's also a senior.
Okay.
Yes, he's another one on that list of seniors.
So he's a senior, all right.
Tell you what, Century's loaded with a ton of seniors.
So 2-0 in this 152-pound weight class as Stair leads Noah Bledsoe. So now it's 2-1, 46 seconds left in this first period on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
This is one of those swing matches, okay, where they're both probably pretty equally balanced.
Bledsoe 2-8. He is like an Adonis in terms of how strong this kid is. That single leg.
Yep, Stair doing a good job with the belly. It's called a belly whizzer he's doing there, trying to put as much pressure. He's got his hip down, and he's got to pry it to his left or pry it the other direction. There we go. It's called a belly whizzer, and he's got to break his hands and try to step over. He can knee that other hand off, try to break those hands. He's got him down, broken down. He just has to, short time here. They need to get this break the hands.
8 seconds, 7 seconds.
Can he step over that leg and get a takedown?
See if the strength.
Bledsoe's holding on tight.
Bledsoe.
1 second here left. Good job on breaking him down to his belly.
So 2-1, you got an escape there. So 2-1. Bledsoe, nope, sorry. Zach Stair leads.
Yes.
Deferred. So Minot chooses down. So we'll see what Zach Stair, the senior, what he can do with Noah Bledsoe, the sophomore.
Okay. Nice
right
little
away.
stand up by Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, the escape, so tie match at 2.
Now again, you know, as you see this, it's no little rust, but he still has some good moves. Nice little fake by Bledsoe. Controlling a wrist.
So 4 more matches after this one.
Ooh, and only 16-point difference. So it's still very close.
Somebody should shut the door.
I am
cold.
cold.
It's cold in here.
I am freezing. I'm actually, you know, I'm not a guy to get cold very easily. And I'm actually leaning into my legs and trying to keep myself warm here. It's like they opened up the back door and just left it open. Somebody pried it open.
2-2 still here in the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Patriots leads overall 29-13.
And again, this is a match that's pretty important for both teams. You know,
Minot has won the last 2 matches, tightly contested matches to draw to within 16 at 29-13.
And there was
it looks like
stall by Minot.
It looks like Zach's he's breathing heavy.
He's puffing pretty good. And this is just being in the spotlight a little bit. You know, first time for him in a couple of years being out here. This is his first match of the year.
Okay.
And so conditioning will matter here. There's a good shot by Bledsoe. Stair's got to get his legs back. He does get up that single. He's got to keep that leg, try to get it back to the mat. Whizzer hard. Oh, and he's pressing him down.
There, he's got 2 points. Takedown for Noah Bledsoe, the sophomore. He takes a 4-2 lead with 25 seconds left in this second period.
Stair has to find a way to dig deep here. It's still a close match. I know conditioning is a factor. Standing up
that
here.
Escape. Oh, almost had it too.
Calling for stalling, and he's still down. Good job.
Called him for stalling for pushing him off the mat.
Yep.
Okay, so
that's
4-3.
That's his second stall. So if he stands up, he can get another one here. Oh, caution red, deep waist. But I'm impressed. Now Bledsoe looks like he's pretty strong. Like
10
I said,
seconds left.
Looks like he's in a little bit better shape. Trying to drive this half really quick.
So he went from trying to get escape to trying to avoid getting back points.
Oh yeah. Well, he tried a little side roll there, kind of caught himself a little bit.
So 4-3 as Bledsoe was down after the first period 2-1. He has recovered. He now takes a 4-3 lead going into the third period. Patriots, Zach Stair, he takes down, so he'll want to try to get an escape here.
Bledsoe just a little chop breakdown, catches the wrist.
I love the coach. You know, when you say, stand up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's thanks, coach. That's a good idea, right?
Seems easy.
It seems easy.
With all that pressure, but the whole idea now, if you are tired in a situation like this, it's pressure back, Okay, and always get one leg out in front first. If you try to push up with your hands, you get them chopped back underneath and you're landing on your face. Kind of where Stair is at right now. Bledsoe's feeling very hungry for trying to get some points here. He's got a chicken wing on Stair right now. Stair's kind of in some major trouble here. Hoping to get, potentially dangerous maybe, because his arm's crooked.
They want
the team is yelling. They want him to finish this match. Cannot give it up. Got to keep his arms strong.
So 1 minute left in this match. 4-3. Bledsoe leads. Bledsoe doing a good job on top. Maybe a little better shape, huh?
And yes, definitely, and controlling the arms really well. Catching those bottom wrists. Stair's definitely dead, but he's kind of in survival mode instead of trying to win this match.
They're saying got to move, 37 seconds, just down one. Escape would tie it.
Oh, watch that arm!
Oh, wow, I got that high. Oh, really high.
Oh, I yelled into the mic there. I tell you what, he went kind of the wrong way there for a second.
He's got his face mask across his...
I give Bledsoe all the credit, but he should be looking for a pin here for them to try to flip him over to his back. He does have a 1 point, but he's got Stair so tired he needs to flip him to his back and pin him.
10 seconds now, trying to get a tilt. Cannot get out. Good job this third period riding for Noah Bledsoe. He's going to get the victory, 4-3, so was able to control that third period and get a 1 point victory. So now this match is down to 29-16 as we're in the Premier Chiropractic intermission between this match. We'll get to the next one here, and this one's a big one. From Minot, Caden Kraft, a sophomore at 4-7. He's going to take on Jax Gums. He's a senior, 3-3, ranked number 4 in the state. Last year was 6th and 160.
And I tell you what, in a situation like this, Century should start to dominate. He starts to, has to control the pace. He is a ranked wrestler.
Jack's ranked and weighed 160 last year. How difficult is that for a kid in high school to keep the same weight from year to year?
Well, he's 6'3", and he's pretty skinny. But when it comes to it, he had the weight to lose.
Yep. So senior versus a sophomore.
Now this Kraft has been coming up. He's one of Minot's upcoming sophomores. So he does have some talent. He has faced some pretty good competition. He faced Sydney and some of those people in Montana. Gums had a pretty tough tournament, the South Dakota boys and stuff like that in Mandan last weekend. Found a way to take 5th.
Got 5th in the Mandan.
Yep, and lost to and had a revenge match against a St. Mary's kid who is ranked 1 ahead of him just because of his dad ranked the St. Mary's kid ahead of him. And purposely because he went 1-1. And so when I told him, I said, would you be mad? And he says, no, it's okay. So I didn't mind that. But he's just pacing it right now, seeing what the Minot kid, he's never wrestled before.
So one thing with Minot, looks to me like I think he feels like he can bully him a little bit because he's kind of pushing him a little bit, trying to do some stuff.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. He's trying to figure out what his best moves are. Now, Gums' best moves a lot of times is control, controlling his legs. He's very good on top. In fact, he's a good thrower. He gets people to their back.
So no control yet. No, you gave him 2 points, okay.
2.
He did, 2-0. Gums leads over Caden Kraft in this 160-pound weight class.
And he had a chance to put him straight to his back. People's arms a little bit wrapped up there. I couldn't see from our angle.
Yeah, it looked like he
was Gums had thrown him to his back there, but just couldn't control it all the way. Kind of got his hips, and the guy got to an overtie whizzer. So that was a nice little takedown, little drag.
3 seconds now.
But I watched Kraft wrestle some last year, and he was one of these guys that, is explosive. Gums is a pinner. He can be a thrower. He's also tough on top and on bottom.
So Gums is down to start this second period.
Up 2-0.
Caden Kraft will.
He picked down nice little
spin, almost a reversal, and he's got it. Gets 2-point reversal. 4-0 now. Gums leads it. Now right away they call potentially dangerous.
Yep,
so now they're going to go back
chicken
to the
wing,
middle.
when you get an arm block there a little bit, a shoulder, you could drop right onto that shoulder. He has no way to block himself. So you protect the concussion, you protect a lot of different things.
I like this official. He's right on top of it.
He hasn't done a bad job tonight. You know, I like when the referees are right into the mix.
Yep.
He's been, you know, he follows all the guys.
On his calls.
Yep, he's been good there.
On a near side cradle.
He's got this cross-face cradle in. He's got it pretty tight. Yep. Part of it is he just now has to keep walking.
Quite have the arms locked and now look away in the defense for Kraft. 1:24 left in the second period.
Little advantage being 6'3". You can kind of reach around and get these things, you know, the cradles and you know, control things. He needs to pop that elbow forward. He does have a leg in. He's got lots of time. Breaking him down.
Trying to do a little tilt potentially here.
Yep. Has to keep this leg in tight. Nope, that's perfectly fine. It's called a guillotine.
Yep.
Locks up this.
Oh, that's a good move there. He's got good control.
That's tight.
Going to get back points.
And a pin. Ooh, that's tight. Yeah, the pin there. It's close. He's got to catch this far elbow. Circle around. There it is.
There he got it.
Followed by Gums.
39 seconds, so 3:21 of the second period. Gums gets the victory, so they pick up 6 points. The Patriots go 35-16. We pan back out, trying to be a little fancy with the camera jam. We do what we can, right?
Yep. Huge match here. 2 returning state placers here. Redens from a couple of years ago, and DeJarius Jones at 5th place.
Yeah, Jones at 160. Redens 7th in 2021, so senior and a junior.
Well, I tell you what, Redens' brother, a couple-time state champion, and Cole was really turning the corner last year. In fact, had about 40 victories, but just had a disappointing state wrestling tournament and got caught and pinned in a match to go into placing. So he's got a little, how could you say it, say the old, he's a little monkey on his back type situation where he has to shake it off. And this is a big start here. I tell you what, he had a great tournament last week in Mandan and taking 3rd, beat some good kids from South Dakota. And this is a great matchup here. DeJarius is just a junior, tough to score on. And
170
fast.
Colton Muse from Jamestown, ranked number 1. So he's in a tough weight class, obviously, with Muse, returning state champ. Jackson Richter from St. Mary's. Connor Mansky from Cheyenne. So this 170-pound class is traditionally a tough one. 56 seconds in the first period. No score yet in the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Chuck Clairmont and Jon Gums, the call. There's a quick move, no call yet. Quite, he's trying to get behind him now.
Redens is he's got the leg in, and that was
the arms caught behind.
Still nothing east because his arms caught in between. 2.
We're going to give 2 to who?
Redens.
Okay, going to give 2 to Redens, but
DeJarius is trying to step over. He's catching this arm. Now, it's one thing, Cole is a wild man.
Boy, he was high, riding high on that one. They're going to talk to him to say
blood time.
There's blood, so it's 2-0. No back points, I don't think.
Oh, I tell you what's happening in the Bismarck High gym. Oh, well, this blood time. Maybe you want to catch up.
BNC National Bank scoreboard. Go ahead, let's give us an update.
Real quick, Bismarck High took a big lead here. They had Kostelecki had a huge pin.
Dylan
Kostelecki moved up to 152, had a huge pin. Anderson pins at 145 over Sanders. So the dual score.
Anderson from Jamestown.
Grady Anderson pin. Tate Sanders. And then LJ Aragio, state champion, moved up to face Muse at 170. 2 state champions going on there right now as we speak.
LJ's talked early in the season. This is, you talk about close-knit right here. How about this for camera work?
Oh,
we are right there,
LJ,
folks.
they said Muse ran away from him. and didn't wrestle. LJ wins by pin. They threw out a fish, it says. Oh, man. So it's Jangula. So Muse ran up to 182.
So basically what happened is LJ moved up
to face Muse.
Bismarck High had to go first.
Yep.
And then Muse. That's what I was talking about earlier when it was Dakota and Mortensen. I said, how many times are coaches trying to avoid things like that? And if you're a wrestler, don't you want to wrestle the best?
Well,
or is this more about the duel and saying where are we at with?
Well, by them moving up LJ, they're saying, guess what? We're prepared to get a 3-point victory instead of splitting sixes. By taking a 6 at 160 with LJ and letting Muse get a pin at 170, we'd rather go up and give away maybe 3 or win, but they have confidence that LJ, who doesn't lose to people to go up to face Muse.
Well, we are, this is the injury timeout. It was you could see close up and in person on the camera that the bloody nose for
quick stand-up by Jones.
So,
Muse, quick cradle here. He's got it tight, but he is so strong. Wow. But he gets him through onto his back. This could be a quick pin. He's got him tight. And he's got him. It's there. It's glued.
Wow. What a job. 6 seconds left in this first period. So 1:54, right?
Yep, 1:54, 4 seconds left. Redens pins.
That's impressive. DeJarius not happy with that. What strength he showed on that one, huh?
Well, I tell you what, surprise, surprise. Like I said, that was going to be a better match than people thought.
So now we'll have an open at 182. So are they wrestling? Oh, they are wrestling.
They're bringing out Cone, I think.
Is it Khan or Khan, right? This Caden Khan.
Let's see who this is. Nope. The Darius Jones. Yep, coming out. There we go. Going to 195.
Okay, so 82. What happened there? Bitts got the win.
Forfeit. Yep.
Okay, so forfeit. So that was 6-0. So 47-16 Century. It's on this last match with Ole Taylor and Lincoln Brooks. Taylor second at 180, lost to Brock Feddick.
Oh, these are two big sophomores. Oh, really, when you look out there.
Yeah, Lincoln 5-4, a sophomore in the season for Minot. Ole Taylor 5-2. So this match, the overall match is decided as the Patriots will win 47-16. But this is a big one. Folks stuck around for this one.
Hoofta, well, Ole, I tell you what, fun kid, wrestled in the spring last year, was one match basically from placing at the junior or cadet nationals in Fargo. Is really, really improved. He was a state finalist last year as a freshman.
Yeah, losing to Brock Feddick isn't anything to be mad about.
No, not at all. And he has got a bright future ahead of him. He, got to start his full season as a sophomore in the football team.
Yeah, it's defensive end, really good defensive end for the Patriots. Ooh, nice little duck under.
Nice high crotch. Yep. And got a chance to put him in the inside cradle here. Takes that takedown.
Down 2-0. 51 seconds left in this first period.
And of course is ranked number 1 right now at 195. And has it cradled him up right away here. Century can put this duel to bed with a pin.
Ole Taylor, 126 of the first period. Ole Taylor gets a pin and a 6 points more for the Patriots.
Wow.
53-16 as we'll move in and we'll see if we can't get maybe get Cole Redens and the head coach, if we can do, coach, if you can say we're in the
I will do that
post game right now, live in the post game as we're in the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial post game. Fix this home score as the Patriots in this one will be victorious as they score 53 points for the Patriots. And Minot High scores 16. The Patriots will move to 2-0. Minot will go to 1-1 or 0-1 in the season. This Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for your farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help. you work towards achieving your financial goals, visit us online at planningteam.com. So we'll get Coach Nate Human in here too. Where's Coach? Coach, make sure we get you to let's get Coach first. Grab Nate. Let's go ahead and down to you, John.
Hey, I'd like to welcome you tonight. Great victory. Tell you what, you're a little fired up. Tell us, what you think about tonight's duel.
Well, it was a good duel coming in. You always kind of plan out worst case scenario, and I didn't really know what Minot had. I know they've gone through some injuries and stuff like that. So just coming in, trying to be at our best all the time and trying to peak for every event. And I thought we wrestled pretty well tonight. Obviously, we left a couple out there that we'd really like to have gotten, but overall, I was really pleased with our effort. There's a couple of them that we got there that I wasn't expecting to get, like a big match. We got a great effort from Cole Boney at 120. Ethan Kuntz at 126 going and getting that major decision there that kind of got the ball rolling for us. So those were really key matches tonight. And then obviously we had a senior step up in that 170-pound match and get a pin. Got a pin at 160 out of another senior. So you look for those guys to come up in big spots, and they came up big. So that was great.
Well, tell me about this weekend. What's happening for Century's team?
We're going up to Grand Forks, Sertoma, at Grand Forks Central. Really looking forward to that. We like dual tournaments because everybody gets matches, and you're guaranteed those matches. So, yeah, looking forward to going and trying to continue to improve and exploit our weaknesses so we can come back to the practice room and get better.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Congratulations tonight. Oh, and I tell you what, the surprise, not kind of necessarily tonight, but the fire.
Yeah.
The fire coming in late in the duel. Okay, Cole Redens, tell us what it's like coming into this season, wrestling up and getting the fire going for this team.
It feels amazing to be at a weight where I can just come in one day and just be already underway. I can lift after every single practice, which helps build my endurance and everything and strength. And it's just amazing to know that my guys can trust me to finish a duel off, even if it's close or a blowout. It's just amazing atmosphere.
Well, I tell you what, how about your team overall? What do you think of their effort tonight?
It was amazing. We had some matches that I know we could win in the future, but it was amazing effort. I thought we were going to come in and be flat-footed because we didn't have a really good warm-up. But once we got it rolling, our team was just unstoppable.
Okay, well, congratulations. Appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you.
Betcha.
Great job there by John and Cole Redens. You can tell he's excited about his victory over DeJarius Jones. As we will take a first break in this Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads. When we come back, we'll talk about go through the match here, and then we'll have our shield or our wrestler, our MVP Sports Clips wrestler of the game. We'll have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game, and we are in our post-game show. Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game and Shots Crossroads post-game show when we come back after this short timeout.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throwing some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
It's time for the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Now for a look at game stats and analysis. Let's go to the postgame show.
Back at the Century Wrestling mat here is the Lynette Olson Gymnasium. Chuck Clairmont, Jax or Jax, that's to be your son, Jon Gums, as we're in the Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame, and that was a good match. There was definitely some quality matches in that one. The final was 53-16. The Patriots were victorious over Minot, but there was some excitement tonight. And overall, as we kind of walk through these matches, is Century, I mean, they must have came into this thinking that they were going to be completely dominant, because he said they left some out in the match, and ultimately they only lost 4 matches tonight, with Turnbull of Minot 1, Gabe Mortensen of Minot 1, Danny Fernandez 1, and Noah Bledsoe. So where do you think Coach Nate Humans think they left it on the mat?
Well, on 2 matches. One is, of course, the 2 state champions. I think that was a match where he was expecting, Dakota to come out and wrestle a little bit better. He did get caught kind of flat-footed and taken down and was trying to catch up and then got thrown in the end.
Okay.
But the Fernandez match, that was the big one that came down to the wire overtime, left it on the mat, had an opportunity, in fact, to win it on the edge. There is all kind of a referee's decision on that part. And then you think of the mat where you have Zach Stair. So those are the 3 matches he's talking about. Zach Stair was ahead in that match, and that basically got down and was out of shape and lost that match 4-3.
Yeah, impressive for both sides. I thought the matches that Minot won, you can't say enough about that, about how Gabe Mortensen wrestled tonight, and we'll talk more about him ultimately. And so as we take a look at this, a couple things left to do here, folks, before we kind of sign off, as we're in the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. The first one would be our Sports Clips wrestler of the match. Sports Clips will keep you looking your best. Check it out online with a hairstylist today at sportsclips.com. They bring you the MVP of this matchup. And tonight's Sports Clips game MVP is...
I'm giving it to 2 wrestlers, one from Minot and one from Century. Give the MVP to a state champion for Minot, beating another state champion. So you got to get it to Mortensen, who beat Dakota tonight, and in fact threw him and surprised him at the end of the match and ends up winning by a major decision. And then you got to take the senior who ended out the duel tonight, and that is Cole Redens, who, man, pinned Jarius Jones in a power move, cradle, kind of dangerous, and turned out to be a fun match tonight.
So Cole Redens and Gabe Mortensen are our Sport Clips wrestlers of the game, and Sports Clips will keep you looking your best. Cole Redens and Gabe Mortensen, congratulations to you. The last thing, congratulations to you too. The last thing we have to do here, John, is our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. They focus on the details of the process without ever losing sight of the big picture. They're efficient, step-by-step approach to move management, keeps everyone on the same page. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobbersmovingandstorage.com. And tonight, our jobberswarehouse.com and Jobbers Move the Game was what?
I would give it back. I tell you what, if you had an opportunity to go back and rewind this, find the 126-pound match and find the Ethan Kuntz. The drag move is probably the move of the game. If you have an opportunity to look at that, a quick drag to a single on the far side and finishes. Definitely the best move of the duel tonight.
All right, so tonight, Jobbers Move of the Game goes to Ethan Kuntz, the 126-pounder for the Century Patriots. So tonight's final 53-16, and the girls' final 66-18. Thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. BNC National Bank for our scoreboard sponsor. Shields is our pregame sponsor. Our timeout sponsor was Hub International Insurance. And Serve Pro, we had, we don't have any red zone, but ultimately we got in some of the red zone. We got them in once for a call tonight, and lots of other sponsors: Planet Pizza, Rogers, Ward Moving and Storage, UPS Store, Jersey Mike's, Prestwick Orthodontics, Northern Plains Heating and Air, and our intermission sponsor is Prestwick Chiropractic, or Premier Chiropractic, Our post-game show, Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Sports Clips is our MVP, and Jobbers is our move of the game. John, appreciate it again. I love doing this wrestling. I appreciate PSP is excited to bring wrestling too. We got a couple more left, and then a big duel, I know, with a big match out in, or a tournament out in New Salem. And the one thing I can kind of throw out here is, see if I can find it. It's actually, it was in the pre-game. I wanted to talk about the schedule. So if we throw the schedule out here tonight, tomorrow night, folks, tune in to listen to PSP as we got a boys basketball matchup with Dickinson goes up to Minot. Nick Holberg will be in that call. Then Nick again will be on the call as we have another midget and Minot matchup with boys hockey at 3:45. So Friday and Saturday, there's basketball Friday and hockey on Saturday. That'll do it tonight, folks. I'm Chuck Clairmont alongside Jon Gums, and have a safe and pleasant good evening. Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by